And welcome, everybody, to another thrilling episode of your favorite weekly wrestling live stream podcast. That's right. Of course, this is Tooney Talk Wrestling, and I am a.k.a. Disaka Dish. I am steering this ship tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff talking about. Elimination Chamber was crazy. Thank you to anyone who joined Jake and what happened with This Is Awful. We'll get into that in a little bit about what happened there. But I do appreciate all your guys' support. We have a little celebration for Jake because, you know, you'll see in a minute. I did get a request in the chat. I know you guys haven't seen this in a while, so let's do this real quick.
He stole a Hogan shirt from a girl. His actions make a righteous fool. He fantasized about Alexa Bliss. Who is this guy? He's Adonis.
All right, but enough of that. Let's bring in our esteemed panelists.
He's old and he's cranky in his favorite chair, yelling at the TV with a grumpy glare. He's always on, he's losing his mind. Online trolls talking trash, man, he's not kind. But we love our awful, through the grumps and the growls. Everybody shout it now, that's awful.
Awful Wrestling.
Hey, what's happening?
Friend, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about
That's
yourself?
good.
How peace to the panel, peace to the chat. It's Tuesday. You know what time it is.
That's right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. You know, just hanging out, kind of. We're all, you know, it's been a busy weekend. So before we got a man to celebrate. So I brought you in first because I wanted you here when this man came in. Because you know, it'd be awkward if I was it'd be awkward if I was just sitting here by myself and I said, great job, and then I said, okay, and Awful's here too. Like, let's do it this way. So
all over it.
Let's bring up the most famous man on the Tooney Talk Wrestling podcast.
Circle of sound, tensions ignite. Jake takes on the chaos, the verbal fight. Nice guy dropping pins on wrestling nights. Most famous on Tooney Talk, owning the mic. He lights, and he's Jewish.
Alt Jake takes on Nice Guy Jake, whatever you want to call him, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Jake, you are monetized, sir.
I am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for that diss. That was an awesome introduction with it. Yeah, thanks to this channel and everybody who has subscribed to our channel over the last, 2 months now, I guess. It was the January was the first one we did. Yeah, we had 500 subscribers on Sunday, and we got officially approved this morning. That was a nice way to wake up and start the week off right, man. I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man.
I'm pumped. I really am. I didn't expect it to happen this fast. I was hoping, like, my birthday's in June, and my thought was if we could do it by then, like a year and a half doing it, that'd be pretty cool to see. But man, we got it now, and I'm pumped, ready for the road to WrestleMania. That's for damn sure.
Jake, see what a difference a font change makes.
That's why I take any help I can get.
That's all us. Right here. Nothing to do with the extra exposure, nothing. It's all me and Awful talking to you about that.
Hey, man, I'm like Trick Williams. I will take whatever coaching I can get. You got advice? I'll try it. If it fails, okay, we tried at least. Shoot, I got no problem.
I got some thoughts.
No, it just speaks to the consistency of your show, you and George. Congratulations. I mean,
thank you. Yeah,
what was it? 300 shows. Like, come on now. That's a lot of shows. That's a lot of talking wrestling. And you finally got here, and it's awesome.
Thank you. And that's what I tell anybody who's asked about, like, what's the trick to trying to do this or being, I say the hardest part is starting and then staying consistent. We were through the entire summer where we were seeing like maybe 5 to 10 new views every month. Maybe if we were lucky, we just kept at it because we were having fun, which really makes it work too. You got to be doing something you enjoy. And it was, guys like you came on and hung out with us anyway. And those we'd get some spikes and it'd be fun. But we really started to see a pickup in October, November, and then starting to hang out with you guys and getting the exposure from folks who came over and checked us out and then continue to check us out. So thanks for everybody who came out on Saturday as well for our biggest ever attended anything, whether it's a recorded episode, a live show, whatever. We had like over 800 views and over 60 likes. Like that's, for us, that's amazing. So we are very thankful and grateful and excited for the future. That's a hell of a way to start year 2 of the channel.
And I gotta say, there's something to be said about doing it with nothing but your own name. You know what I mean? Like that's an accomplishment, sir. So many channels are based on algorithms and try to get like the best name they can get for YouTube searches and everything like that to try to kind of game it. And it's a smart idea. Trust me, I've done hours of research on it and just trying to figure out, okay, what's the perfect line that we could put here in the description and what can do this. But for you just to go out there with your name and get to a point where you are now, you have the ability to actually make money off. I mean, that is a huge accomplishment in my mind. Very few people are willing to just use their name. You know, you didn't call yourself like, Pro Wrestling Takes or WWE is hot or something like that. Like something.
It's my actual name. The first 3 letters of my last name are ALT. It's also play on the band Alt J. I was like, it's a good gimmick name. We're rolling with it. I'm awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot to have people supporting me and helping me with it, and praising what we've done. It's unexpected. I'm not great. I'm not being a Jew. I'm not really the best with taking compliments, but I appreciate it. I do. I got a big blushy smile. My wife just walked past and just came laughing at me. Like it's really cool. As I feel that
awesome. Stereotype.
Yeah, you gotta back a winner where you can, right?
It does explain why you're so happy that you're monetized. No offense.
Yeah, and why I applied the moment I could. I was like,
a second.
Takes some work. Like, boss, I gotta sit out.
The moment it came through, I told him too. I was like, because she knows. The woman I work for, she understands. She was like,
every day he's gonna be looking at his mailbox like, when is it coming? When is that pass key coming? God damn it.
All of a sudden I started doing extra live shows, throwing out there. Super chat. Come on, super chat.
We can't
chat Wednesday.
Awful's when we do our show, Awful's taking notes about what got super chats. Like, we need to talk about this more. We need to do that.
I do that.
We all do. Dude, I told you. I was talking to you saw it. I was talking to John where I'm like, can we make an AI where it's like it can tell like, can we do that? Can we do that? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe. Why are you asking me? And I'm like, I don't know. So but congratulations, Jake. And before we move on, thank you to everyone in the chat who showed up on Saturday. I had a little incident. I had to take care of some family.
Taking care of business.
Whatever, I don't care. Someone in my family purchased a car recently, or someone. Call family. Someone in my family purchased a car recently, and it turned out the car was stolen. And they couldn't prove it on the spot, so I had to drive around forever and make sure that they didn't get arrested. So that's what I was doing on Saturday night. So that was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
That's a nice cleanup there, Dis. I like
that is exactly what happened, right? I mean, you know all the details, but that's exactly what happened.
I got most of the details, and I got them in a much more angrier way. Not at me. I was like, oh man, this is mad.
Yeah, I was mad.
The situation. Yeah, because that's terrible.
Well,
that
and also
sucks.
it's one of those things that's like you're sitting around and you're relaxed and you're having a drink and you're getting prepared for something and you're enjoying something, and then all of a sudden you get that, and the first thing I get was I am in jail. That's the first message I got. No explanation of anything.
And shit like that's crazy. I remember one time I was probably 22, 23, and I was at my house, and I'm pretty positive we were getting ready to watch a wrestling event, and I was driving to the closest gas station to buy beer and smokes or something. On my way to the gas station, I get pulled over by a cop, and I just recently bought a used car. the car was fine apparently, but for some reason there was something illegal with the license plate. And the cop takes my license plate, and I'm like literally a mile or less from my house. And I'm like, hey, can you follow me home since let me drive without a plate in case I get pulled over again? And he goes, nope. And he leased me there at the gas station with no fucking license plate. I drove home, but I just remember that, like, could you follow me? I'm like, I'm walking out. It'll be fine. It'll take you fine. Help me out, serve and protect. Nope. Well, fuck you, man.
If you were a pretty lady, I was
accompanied
you home. I assure
I was a fat kid till I was like 27. So
right, yeah.
They
have no time, dude. And you want to talk about oppressed human beings in the eyes of cops treat fat people like the worst people on earth.
You slobs. Yeah, actually, I was fat till I was like 30, 31. I had drive. I was a big, big old kid.
You know what a really good diet is for anyone out there? If you want to know, a really good diet is ulcerative colitis. If you can find a way to get ulcerative colitis,
all right.
Yeah, seriously, you'll never gain weight. I promise. It'll be fantastic.
It's the new Ozempic.
That's how I got to my svelte 235 that I am now. So, all right. We have some super chats that came in before the show, and as we've been going, so let's look at them here. First up, Ewan Cumia for $4.99. Thank you so much, Ewan Cumia. Finally, Demolition is in the Hall of Fame.
Glom gold, glom gold, glom gold, glom gold.
Sorry, I am a slave to the glom gold. I have to do that.
That's quite all right.
As you were saying, awful.
It's about goddamn time.
That's right.
It's an awesome induction. I'm so happy. Really, really. Did you know that these guys had 4 consecutive WrestleMania Tag Team Championship matches? WrestleMania 4, WrestleMania 5, 6, and 7. And they won 3 of them. I mean, if that doesn't put you on the map, that means you were top of the heap as far as tag teams go for 4 years straight.
One of the rare tag teams who were made as a ripoff of someone else and completely forged their own path and made money with it. I mean, for years, I didn't even put it together that Demolition was a ripoff of Legion of Doom. I thought Demolition was Demolition and Legion of Doom was
okay.
I always could see it with Powers of Pain. I think that was more.
Yeah, Powers of Pain was like a carbon copy
of
the Legion of Doom. It was insane.
Right. But yeah, Demolition, it's just because they stood out so much on their own and they weren't big giant guys and they didn't wrestle the same. They had a different style than LOD. Big Demolition fan growing up. I even the first time I ever painted my face for a wrestling show was Smash. I was a bigger Smash fan than an Axe fan. I even liked it when they had Crush. I liked the Crush years when they went back to to being heels and had Mr. Fuji again and wore the masks. I love Demolition. We had it in the group chat. I hate that I have to frame all the stuff like this, but I always feel weird pretending like I come up with jokes on the fly sometimes. So in the group chat, they posted who was it that said that? I guess Beard or you awful?
It was Beard.
It was Beard. Beard sent us the video of Undertaker inviting Demolition or telling them they were in the Hall of Fame, and I said, you know what? That's how they got Demolition to get in the Hall of Fame. They didn't know because Demolition has been asking for $100,000 a piece to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for years. And eventually I guarantee someone back there's like, just have Undertaker call him. They're not going to say no to Undertaker. Right? Just let him call. And I guarantee that's what happened.
Here's your cut, boys. $15,000.
Yeah.
$7,500 for you.
Not even each total.
Right. No, but it's awesome.
You get a suite in Vegas. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Or they'll induct him on Zoom. Who knows?
But I didn't like the way they treated him on Raw yesterday.
What do you mean?
They announced Demolition going into the Hall of Fame, and they showed AJ Styles' picture visage the entire time.
Yeah.
They didn't show one frame of Demolition, except on a little chyron at the bottom.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like Demolition has really, done much to endear themselves to the World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, like, they've sued them. They refused Hall of Fame inductions for years, which, by the way, by refusing Hall of Fame inductions, WWE has gotten a lot of hate for not inducting Demolition into the Hall of Fame in the past. So, I get why WWE's not like putting this on a billboard somewhere that Demolition is going to the Hall of Fame.
How about just replay the Undertaker induction?
They did.
They didn't even do that.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I must have fast forwarded through that. But
they did.
I just noticed that when they announced Demolition as being in the Hall, I'm like, why are they showing AJ the entire time?
No, they did a little package where they showed now all I want to do is see a reality series where Undertaker is driving across the United States on his motorcycle and inducting and telling people they're going to be in the Hall of Fame. Because apparently that's what he is. He's like Dog the Bounty Hunter, except he is inducting people in the Hall of Fame.
Michelle to be the crazy wife.
Jake, who's the guy who inducts them in the NFL? Who's that guy? I forgot his name. It slips me. But it's an old guy who always dyes his hair every year.
I mean, I know it. I don't remember now. I know it used to be Steve Sable,
Somebody
like, from NFL Films.
Yeah,
but
Steve Sable was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they also confirmed the Demolition was going to be in the video game too. So they're getting some sort of paycheck because you get money for those.
Yeah. And that's a separate. David Baker. Is that who you're thinking of by chance?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, JRD. I'm sure you have a name that I know, but unfortunately, YouTube is weird. So, moving on, we got 1999 from Andre Adams. People are saying that Danhausen's debut was a botch. I disagree. It was the biggest overreach ever. He was a niche act in ROH. Dude built like the letter L. I just hope he moved. We will get to Danhausen a little bit. I believe I said it last week where once I saw the way they were treating the box, I knew it wasn't a big deal. And I think that anybody who watches every WWE show, like I kind of have to, did not believe that the box was going to be a big deal. Like, am I wrong? Jake, did you, because I know Awful doesn't catch every show, but I know you do, Jake. Did you get the impression that was they were making it out to be, because to me it seemed like something they were rolling their eyes at and being like, oh brother, like,
yeah, that's why they were pushing it back and forth and kind of treating it like that with it. I just wish they'd taken a trip down to NXT as well. Like that would have made it, like that would have really solidified. I think if they'd have done that, more people would have, because people were expecting, I mean, even if it was Jericho, it would have been Jericho in a silly way. It was going to be like like a wardrobe of all his old gimmicks, would have had like the lion heart and like something from WCW, and then like the jacket would have had all those or something. And it wouldn't have been anything that special. It wasn't going to be actually Chris Jericho living in a box for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. The reincarnation of the Undertaker wasn't going to come out of that. And,
and I mean, they're kind of known for goofy reveals. I mean, like the gobbledygooker, even also, Chainsaw Charlie was kind of goofy. It was,
and when you hear that it's going to be in the middle of a pay-per-view, they've kind of trained us to realize that there is a segment after the big singles match, but before the big gimmick match, where they do something really stupid, whether that be R-Truth or whether it be the Miz, or whether, it's always something really goofy that they do in that kind of middle. In Saudi Arabia, they bring out that comedian that I have no idea who it is every time. I'm supposed to think it's funny.
Then in Australia, they show R-Truth in Austria. Yeah, no,
right.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're
There's
right.
always that one. So when it was just like, oh, okay, that's what this is gonna be. But I can see how if people might get. Well, let's not get too deep into it. We have a whole thing planned, so we will get into that in a bit. But thank you very much, Andre Adams, for your $19.99. We got CWJ for $5. Hello, all. Do you think the IWC is now disconnected from the average wrestling fan? The average fan who spends money and enjoys the product. The IWC thinks it sucks. Thank you. I think we've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, the IWC, WWE should pay no attention to the IWC. They should use them. And I think they're doing that currently because the IWC can kind of guide discussions on the internet, and especially when you're at WrestleMania season where more casual fans are going to want to go online and kind of find out the real story, you know. But yeah, the IWC is just it's a total, it's not there. I was talking to Max about it a couple days ago. I said, you know who the most important fan in the world is to WWE? And he said, who? And I said, you are. And he said, why? And I said, because you're 12. Because if they hook you now, you will watch for your entire life. And then when you get to be my age, you will make Max Jr. watch for his entire life. And it's going to keep going. And as long as they hook him young, and that's what WWE, that's the place WWE is in right now. I'm sure in about 3 or 4 years, we're going to see the quote unquote attitude era revival, right? Where they, you know, the kids are grown up now and they gotta show boobies and stuff like that.
The 90s are making a comeback, so
they are. That's true. And we also saw boobies this weekend from Kiana James. So
that's it. Hoots. No, but that's, I mean, as somebody who tries to go to shows when it's, I mean, I live literally 4 light rail stops from the basketball arena here in Phoenix. So I try to go whenever they're there. I'm going to try to go on not this Friday, but next Friday, but it's at 5 o'clock and I get off work at 4. So it's a tight squeeze, but we'll see if I can figure it out. But yeah, I notice it every time I go to shows that like the people that are there, where CWJ said it, where they want to enjoy, like they're going to try to have fun with it. Like when something sucks, they're going to boo or whatever with it, but it's not the people that are just there trying to find the negative or like looking at, you know, like LA Knight had a botch in Elimination Chamber. Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Right. But like that's all they're going to notice. They're not going to notice a small little thing like that Dave would point out or whatever with it. They're trying to have fun and enjoy themselves with it. And that's more, especially with the prices that are being charged for live events in any capacity anymore. People are going to go there and try to have fun. Like, I feel like when I go to concerts, even more so, more people are singing along, more people, like no one's trying to be cool in the back anymore. And like, because they cost too much. Concerts have gone up pretty much doubled in cost in the last 5 years.
I was watching a video on YouTube complaining about Harry Styles tickets. Because I guess Harry Styles is charging like $1,200 for the cheapest seat to the Harry Styles concert is $1,200. And he's going to be there for 30 days, and that's the price for all 30 days. You know,
that's insane. And I'm sure it's like an actual big, like an arena, not like a theater, right?
MSG.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking maybe like doing like a theater, because like I know, like, oh god, like 15 years ago, Prince did a tour where he did like small venues, and it was really, really expensive, and you had to like lock up your phone and stuff or whatever. But it was Prince in like a 1,500 person venue, so you're like paying for that experience with it. $1,200 for just like an arena, like, oh fuck's sake.
Yeah, and but Lucy, by the way, yes, I do have children that watch wrestling. I believe I'm the only one on the panel that has it, but I do have a kid who watches wrestling. But yeah, that's just the way tickets are now, man. That's the deal. That's it's everywhere. The only, you know what it doesn't affect? AEW.
Yeah. Valid.
Ring of Honor. And NXT, to be fair, NXT, you know, actually, no, you know what? NXT Stand and Deliver. I was looking into that because they're in St. Louis. Those tickets are like $200. Like, you know, I mean, that's like the cheapest ticket is $200. So it's in a smaller place, but you know, oh, wait, hang on. $50 from Double A. Thank you so much, Double A. Should I pull up the thing? Yeah, let me do that here. We're going to give you this first.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people, too.
And I will give you something else at the end. Thanks for being a welcome distraction to what's going on in my part of the world. But man, Danhausen's debut at Elimination Chamber bombed more than the Middle East. Oh, I should have read that first. I should have read that before I just said that out loud. Oh well.
Oof.
See,
I read this part because this is a shot at me.
You can read that. You want to read that?
Oh, don't make. Oh, it's $50.
You can pronounce it. I can't.
Yeah, it's Happy St. Totteringham's Day. Oh, just means Arsenal are going to finish higher than Spurs in the league. It's all right though, because Arsenal will choke and not win the league, and that's all that really matters.
Oh shit. Okay. I thought it was something else.
No, when it's double A, he's always gonna come at me with Spur at first for soccer.
Okay.
That's
Gonna give you
we're terrible. We are woof. We
You
need
gonna
to get
pronounce that
relegated.
name
honestly.
this, by the way?
No, I'm not. Because his name's Double
No,
A. I don't
I'm
know what
not.
we're talking about.
Yeah, right. Double A. Yeah.
And here we go. One more last thing for you.
I suppose you want me to say thank you. But you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing.
Thanks. For what?
All right. So thank you so much, Double A. We appreciate it. And it is people like you and all of our chatters and super chatters that really keep the oil flowing here at Tooney Talk Wrestling and all our shows. So we really do appreciate you. But we have more super chats to get to. CM for $5. Well, it looks like Vegas might get 3 in a row. WrestleMania's got a feeling the Middle East might not be a travel spot next year. Hey, London, get your money ready. I mean, we'll wait and see. I can't make, who knows what, things can change.
Long time away.
Things can change so fast right now. And I don't know for sure. If they have to do it though, you know what? I bet that if they have to pull out, there's other places besides WrestleMania that they can still, because they would probably know fairly soon. Like they would, if they, you would think, right? Like, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
The Staples Center.
Staples Center.
It's crypto.com now.
Oh man, no, that's a throwback. That's a deep cut. That's
very
a deep
nice
cut.
building.
Cut, yeah.
Very nice
Deep
building.
cut. Yeah, I mean, but they might go, maybe they'll go to New Orleans. Maybe New Orleans can get ready, because that was the whole deal this year, was that New Orleans was just like, well, we can't accommodate all that stuff. And they're like, or no, we can't assure you that we will be able to accommodate that many people. They're like, well, then we're not coming, I guess. So, and
Vegas like matched the bid plus as was that part of it too. Like
Yeah.
Vegas won because tourism is so down in Vegas. Like
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and so like they're to get this guaranteed a full like super big week again. Like that's where they're bringing in way more conventions and way more things than they ever have before, because they need that kind of, people aren't just going to Vegas for shows and gambling anymore. Shows are too expensive, and who's got money to throw away?
The funny thing is that didn't no, that wasn't Vegas. That was the other place. Atlantic City was the place they did 2 in a row last time, right?
Yes.
Right.
4 and 5 were both in Atlantic City.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. The Vegas
Atlantic
yeah.
City is dead right now, so
The poor man's Vegas.
yeah.
The Atlantic City has been replaced by Branson, Missouri.
Well, Atlantic City, like, I mean, pretty much everywhere has like, you know, Indian casinos now or whatever within of it. So it's like, if you're gonna go to Atlantic City, just go to like, you know, the I don't know.
There are
almost
casinos and gas stations around where I live.
Yeah, me too. Although they're about to be, it's really funny because the company that makes the so what happened is Missouri has now made those machines illegal, and they have to be out of all the gas stations by November. But apparently they're going to replace them with their own machines, and Missouri's going to have their own slot machines in there so they can get a cut of it. But the only people who make the machines are the people that they're kicking out. So they're just going to turn around and buy the machines from the people that they've made illegal. It's ridiculous, but it's a good, I mean, if you can get it, it's a good grift if you can do it, you know.
That's like a lot of money just changing the same like 3 hands.
Right, exactly. But thank you very much, CM. We got Regina Sharp for $10. Danhausen is here, but is he very nice and very evil? Wait, is he very nice and very evil? Unlike Glomgold, who's just evil. This message has been brought to you by
Glomgold, 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 Glomgold.
Always has been, always is, always will be.
Thank you very much, Regina Sharp. We're getting better at that.
Yeah. We're figuring this out. It's good.
BPE for $10, the BPE special. Thank you very much, sir. We got Andre Adams again for $9.99. The hell with wrestling, a heal this angry story with jail and stolen merchandise. I'm all in. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I was out till 3:00 in the morning that night. If I would have been okay, if I had to be on Sunday, we would have heard a lot longer story about what happened that day. Because
Let me tell you something, brother.
exactly, yeah, I was so angry. I was so like you didn't want to be around me. But thank you very much, Andre Adams. We have
Awful,
5.
the fuck I didn't. I wanted to be around that so bad. I can hear it now. I can hear it. He's just like, oh, let me tell you something awful. Please tell me. He'd just been fishing it out of him. And what happened next? And then
This could have did a phoner. He could have phoned in.
Oh no, you do not want that. You would not want me on the road, dude. Did you see your messages? We would have you would have gotten kicked off YouTube in like 30 seconds if I had been on the phone at that point. So
I should have called you and put you on speaker. Put it right up to the mic.
Well, thank you very much. And we got Regina Sharp for $5 to 90 when poor literacy was cool. I stole this joke. If found, please return to redacted up and down. Thank you so much, Regina Sharp. And it looks like that is all we have now. If you want to super chat us, we will get to them between topics. And of course, if you do $50 or more, then we will break into the show. There was something. Oh, wow. All right. So we got some stuff to get through. But first off, Elimination Chamber happened on Saturday, boys. And we, you guys kind of talked about it. I obviously didn't get a chance. So I thought we'd kind of run through a little bit here. And there's been some developments. So let's look at the big one. And a lot of people have been asking about this just in the chat in general or on Twitter. The Rhea Ripley winning her chamber has led to a bit of a situation online between her and Jade Cargill. Now I would like to start.
Spill the tea.
Have you seen this? Have you seen any of it all?
I've not heard of anything about this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're going back and forth. Jade said something about Rhea, and then Rhea's like, yeah, well, no one likes you backstage for real. No one likes you for real, Jade. In real life,
for real.
Not wrestling.
She's shooting, brother.
In real life, nobody likes you. And then Jade's like, what? And then Chelsea Green's like, yeah, no one likes you in real life. And then someone else is like, yeah, we don't like you. And it's just like, okay. So
these two were probably sitting right next to each other at the airport terminal.
This is 1,000% this year's version of Charlotte versus Tiffy. That's exactly what they did.
I need an AI version of Mean Girls, though, where Jade is the Lindsay Lohan character, and they're all just being a bitch to her. That's nobody likes you. It's just when you started saying it back and forth, that was where my brain went.
I got a question. Is it really necessary? Does it add anything to the intrigue of the match? I say no.
Apparently it does, dude, because like Dave Meltzer's like,
there it is.
Definitely.
Who?
Definitely. It's not just him. I'll get to it. Like every single, like everything. I haven't seen PW Insider get into it yet, but all the other IWCNN has been like, this is there's been talk in the back that Jade is a bad influence. People don't like her. She's ungrateful. And yeah, okay, and see Boris in the chat, and I've heard this so many times. Well, if Buddy got involved, then obviously Buddy's their husband. He was standing right next to her while she was doing this. You think he's not going to be like? Come on, guys. If you fall for this, yeah, Dave eventually did say it was work. Yes, he did, Boris. That's why I didn't think this was a huge thing, because Dave said it was a work, and usually the internet kind of follows Dave, but. It's weird because they're not, I don't know, dude. So many people are being bought, but good, right? I guess that's good. If people buy into this and think it's real, then.
Well, this kind of goes back to the question of earlier about the IWC and then like the regular, like you're just a casual, like normal type of fan. They don't care. Like the casuals, the normal type of fan, they see Rhea Ripley, like Rhea Bloody Ripley versus that bitch Jade Cargill on a marquee. And look at the two of them in wrestling.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good on a poster.
They don't need anything else. Exactly. And I don't think they need anything else. But the IWC and those people that like pay way too close of attention, like that, this can help some of them maybe get more into it, or at least have some intrigue towards it, because they'll probably are going to shit on the match because they're not going to like whatever Jade does because she left AEW and, she's not Natalia yet. Like, so they don't like her.
Right. Yeah. And it's it's WrestleMania season, and WrestleMania, they want all of them. Like every other time of the year, it seems like WWE doesn't care at all about the IWC, but it's WrestleMania and they want everyone, right? So they have to throw them a bone. And it's honestly, to me, the second I read these things, it was the most transparent work I've ever, like, it's just so two-dimensional, and it does feel like a bunch of girls in high school trying to prank somebody by thinking that, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like to me. And honestly, it kind of feels like the Rhea side of the bad guys to me. Like, that all of them are ganging up on her, so it's just weird. It's just weird. But so you got that. You got AJ Lee winning her match, which is fine. I mean, people like AJ Lee, get her on TV more. The match was all right. I don't know. What do you want? It's one of those things that you
needed a match. It was a title match. It was in Chicago. It worked. It was fun.
Yeah. Nothing. It's not all for, okay. Awful. What did you think of the match? We'll get into the promo. Actually, we can talk about the promo too.
Her promo from last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Atrocious. It's just, as you said in the private chat, it's just like Vince cadence.
Right.
Barry dot. And she's not that interesting. If she's trying to like play into the fact that she's kind of like loopy, kind of crazy or whatever, it's just not working.
Well, she's been through therapy now, so she's not crazy, right? Like that's the gimmick now. She used to be crazy. Like I don't know, it doesn't quite work as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna need her. I'm gonna need to see AJ with a little bit of an edge. This whole like hey everybody, that whole type of aura is just not working for me. Becky Lynch does it better,
Oh well, Becky Lynch is one of the best performers in wrestling. Period. I didn't say,
but that's what I'm going for. Yeah, that's what I would like to see out of AJ Lee. As far as her winning the championship, I guess if the Women's Intercontinental Championship is important to some, then so be it. She won the damn thing. It doesn't matter to me. I think I said before Elimination Chamber anyway, like I was just not really interested in this match one way or the other.
I kind of and you know what, I do appreciate that, because there are a lot of people who expect every single second to be completely focused on their desire for what happens. You know what I mean? Like, if something happens that I don't like, then this show is the worst.
The whole show's terrible. Yes.
Right. And it's like, that's kind of the way wrestling has always been. There's always been like, I don't need to watch this. I can move past it. I don't need to watch this. I can move past it. Or I'll just sit and nod. And AJ Lee, I mean, the whole therapy thing is lame.
But at the same time, there was also a time where promoters really wanted your money, and they really wanted, and they weren't charging exorbitant amounts of money for tickets or anything like that, but they wanted a lot of sold out houses.
And you know what happens?
Go ahead.
I'm
just going to finish my thought and say that they provided us with some damn good storylines leading up to certain pay-per-views. We can all name our favorites. The pay-per-views would be loaded with great matches from top to bottom.
Yeah,
but,
and I think that when that happens specifically, when a promoter focuses on, because you can't please everyone if you're doing that. You have to choose a type of audience that you want and focus on them. And when you do that, your audience always ends up being like 30-year-old dudes who are very adamant about what they want, and if you make them mad, they will turn on you in a second, and they aren't very low. You know what I mean? Like, it depends.
The AJ match should not make me want to hate wrestling.
Yes,
but it's just not interesting.
It's not for you.
Part of the show.
Not for you. Yeah.
The next thing wasn't for me anyway.
It was for me.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like that's the biggest thing I think I have an issue with a lot of the wrestling fans is, like not everything is going to be for me. Like I understand that and I'm okay with it. And I'll say that a lot of times. I'm like, look, this stuff wasn't specifically for me, but clearly there's an audience for it. And that's cool. Awesome. Great. Like, it not get took up 35, 45 minutes of my time. It takes up 15 to 20. Like it's not the end of the world. It's wrestling, guys.
So me and Awful, for the sake of Jake, for the sake of Jake, me and Awful are going to save our main Danhausen discussion for this.
You guys can go. I'm sorry.
No. We would probably not end up talking about very much else for the rest of the show if we went.
That's just not true. I know how to time myself. I know how to pace.
I
know how to
don't.
go.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
Oh.
me, sir.
Yeah. See?
I was like, I can hit my times.
Yeah.
I'm no
Hit the
young
post.
buck. I can go through.
It's because I like getting Awful riled up a little bit.
That's,
You give me
that's
2
fair.
minutes with this scamp, and I'll take care of him.
But no, I mean, Danhausen came out and he didn't get a good reaction, and I thought it was hilarious that he didn't get a good reaction, and he still is the #1 merch seller on WWE.com right now. And
Is he? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Good for him.
he already is.
I'll give my take on it then. I'll just in a bit of it where look, it was one of these things where it was done for Chicago, and I still, like I said on our live stream on Saturday, like that was kind of like a favor to Punk and a favor to Chicago, and it was a way to introduce him to the wide audience, and they do know he's going to sell merch, and I feel like it was one of those things where what was there, like 19,000 people in the crowd? Probably 5,000 around there, maybe a little bit less, knew who he was right away, like right when the "You Are Cursed," and they started cheering. And like you could tell there was the rest of the people that didn't quite know what was going on, but they were going to give it the chance because they probably heard from other people around. You guys have been to wrestling shows. People, you talk to people like, oh, he's from Chicago. People
He's not
explaining
from
who
Chicago.
he is.
He's from Detroit.
Oh, I thought he was from Chicago.
Nope.
Oh.
No,
All right,
he's
well,
associated with Chicago because CM Punk always made a big
Fair.
deal about him. So
That's fair. All right, that's it. But like you could see they were giving him a chance, and then with the way it ended, they were just it wasn't even so much. I don't think it was a bad reaction. It was just more of just like, that's it.
There were some-
Boo. It was
there
like a
were-
jokey boo. I felt like.
yeah.
though.
Well, I know. I do think that there were probably about 2,000. Chicago is a big, not a bigger AEW crowd than it is.
Could have been if they didn't kill it.
Well, I'm saying it's not a bigger WWE town than it's a WWE town, obviously, but it is in terms of AEW towns. It still is one of the bigger AEW towns. So there were probably 2,000, and as we all know, AEW fans love nothing more than WWE. You know, so there were
So
clearly
very true.
right. There were clearly going to be AEW fans in the audience, and of course, every AEW fan hates Danhausen because he didn't wait. Why don't
Because
they
he's
like
friends with
Danhausen?
Because he's friends with CM Punk.
Right. Yeah. Oh no,
That's it.
because he sold bootleg merchandise. Remember when they tried to get that going for like a week?
I had forgotten about that completely.
Yeah, I you know, Boris in the chat, like I've seen this a lot too, where it's like, oh, you WWE fans are having to eat crow about Danhausen. It's like, not really. I mean, I always kind of gave Marv crap about how much I like Danhausen, and then Beard loves Danhausen.
Also, there it is, like eating crow. Like we don't. I'm not a fan in that way. I don't like have WWE just merch with the WWE logo on it. Like
No,
I'm not. No, just I'm responding to Boris on that one. And anybody else who considers us that way, like that's just not how we operate. I'm just watching
Yeah.
watching
I
shows.
like
I watch AEW just as much. Well, I don't watch Collision because I don't hate myself, but
I
it's not
like
my fault. The shows are
Danhausen.
bad.
I like Danhausen. I like Danhausen. I liked him. I was excited when Danhausen got signed to AEW. I did not like him in AEW. And at the time, because I was an AEW fan, I put that on Danhausen. Right? Because at the time I was an AEW fan. And my mind was like, oh, Danhausen, he's not as good as I thought he was, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly I realized that, oh no, wait, AEW creative is terrible and had no idea what
Yeah.
to do with him, huh? So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him, how they make him work. If they make him champion or something, like he needs to be he needs to be R-Truth. He
But
needs
like
to
in
be-
AAA, TNA, and NXT. I think he should be like he should start. I think he'd be great.
start,
in
yeah, okay,
NXT.
to start,
yeah. Right, to
Well,
start
here-
him off and introduce him. Dude, that's why this was like a main roster, big introduction to the world, and then he'll be great on NXT. Like he'd be like him as the host of Halloween Havoc. Like
you know,
Like,
I
him.
was kind of talking to Awful and Beard about this. He does open up a new avenue of fans. Like Danhausen appeals to like that weird LA hipster post-ironic crowd and the LGBTQ community, and like 17-year-old Quirk Chungus girls. And, it's like this whole other world
That's
that
got me.
that
That got
only
me.
showed up for Evolution last year. Go and look at that Evolution crowd and see who was out there. And it was all that audience.
Yeah.
And there's a whole like camp world that WWE really is, because it's coming back. Like kids, Max's generation is very into like random and weird and silly. And so there is a market for that, and it could bring. Also, I just think he's going to end up doing a Friday night or a Saturday night hosting movies on Sci-Fi Channel. Like that's eventually, I think he's going to end up there. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. Me and Awful, we're going to have a talk about this on Saturday.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
What's to talk about?
It'll be interesting. I want to because you specifically said in the group chat that you think he'll end up being nothing and a wallflower, and he's not going. And I think,
Oh
I think
yeah,
he will.
6 months.
Yeah,
I give it 6 months. Now it's on record. Now
Oh no, just for with AAA and AAA and TNA alone, he can run out at least 2 years. I mean, there's the AAA stuff is just there's so much right there from that. Those guys, like, he'll either be loved by the AAA fans or so hated that it's going to work either way. So,
you know what I really appreciate about the WWE, and it's something that I kind of like just realized today. They went out of their way to make you like Danhausen. When they first got that initial reaction from the Chicago crowd and the online crowd, poo-pooing all over his debut. I mean, it was mixed. We can't say it was all good.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was absolutely mixed. Triple H comes onto the scene and runs interference like, that was something. This thing's going to be a lot of fun. And then what did they do last night? Danhausen shows up. They put it on. So listen, folks, I understand. They do what they do. It's marketing and all that. But it's just like they went out of their way in the last couple of days to make you want to like Danhausen. And so they know what's up. They heard the initial reaction.
I think it's what they wanted. Awful. I really do think that that's the reaction they wanted. I think they wanted people to be like, what the fuck is this? This is it? Like, I think that's what they wanted.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Mission.
We'll get into it. Also, I like the girl houses. They should stick around.
I like that one of them was his wife, and that's like I'm not the most sentimental person, but that's awesome. Like that's,
what's so funny. Also, we're not talking about his in-ring work because I saw 3 matches of the guy, and
he's Harvey.
I wasn't impressed.
He's Harvey Whippleman. He's not a wrestler. He's a wrestling personality. He's not
like that's.
Right.
He can take bumps. Like that's.
He can take bumps. Exactly.
Looks like a fan.
And I think
See
that
you
was.
Saturday,
I think that was honestly. I think that was the biggest problem that AEW had, is that they tried to present him as an actual wrestler, and he's not a wrestler. But yeah, any of those girl houses would make my life miserable. I assure you. 100%.
He's married to one. I thought that was cool. But yeah, those do look like life ruiners. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. Trust me. And we had CM Punk in a great match with Finn Balor. What do you expect? Finn Balor's doing great work. CM Punk it was just a good match. I don't know what else you can say about it. Anybody?
No, I've said it up. I've said it on my show and another one, so we're good. Yeah.
Shayna Baszler, by the way, is on NXT right now. And then
Finn got slowed down by CM Punk.
I thought he got. You mean his talent, his in-ring work?
Yeah.
Okay, because his momentum has been sped up by far.
Yeah.
In my opinion, do you disagree, Awful? Do you think his momentum was shuttered by CM Punk? Because
I'll tell you what, all the way up until he did what he did last night on Raw, I was just like, boy, are they treating Finn like an afterthought out here? Like, he's the third wheel in this whole thing. And then, of course, he blocked JD McDonough from handing the hammer to Dominic Mysterio. And it was just like, he got a decent pop. All right, they're going to send him somewhere. Obviously, he's going to be going against the Judgment Day come WrestleMania season. Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna Boris, come on, man. I'm sorry.
Well,
let's not
put up his comment.
The tubby one. He called Danhausen's wife the tubby one.
Hey,
I'm
that's his
sorry.
opinion.
I don't mind a thick girl personally.
Yeah,
So
some people said Thickhausen.
yeah, that's good. I appreciate that.
What about
and then-
Brickhausen?
There you go. Even better.
Right, there's the one.
And
There
then
it is.
of course, we had the Elimination Chamber highlighted by, of course, LA Knight botching his move again for the 1,000th time.
Right? Yeah.
Why does he do that move? Why does he do that? He doesn't need it. I don't get it. You know what I'm talking?
What move, kind sir? Could you explain? to me
He
and
jumps
the
on the
audience?
second rope and then he goes, LA Knight, and then he jumps up to the top rope and does his little thing, and he doesn't need to do that. Like, why does LA Knight need to, hop from the second rope to the top rope and then do an elbow drop or something? Like, it doesn't.
And
You don't think one of those agents would tell him?
I'm sure
I
they
think
have.
the answer is because he can, but he can't. So no,
He can't. He
Exactly.
misses it like 10% of the time. Which, if you
It's
want
enough,
to,
yeah.
if you want to know why LA Knight isn't being pushed, isn't the world champion like half the IWC wants apparently, it's because he misses that move 10% of the time. I mean, you can't do. Also, let's not forget, by the way, that entrance from Trick Williams. Oh my God, dude! Like,
oh, get
Pull
your
out- pull out the
get your
tissue.
keyboard covered.
just
Yeah.
no, I
No,
like
it was
seriously,
great.
that dude. He entered a different stratosphere when he came out. Like that felt like the video they're going to show 20 years from now. When it's like this was, the homecoming. Like this was when Trick Williams was a star. Became a star. Like that entrance was fantastic. And then LA Knight came out and tried to do the same
that was
thing.
the worst part. Yeah, I can do it too.
Yeah, like it was seriously, it was just like, oh, I'm gonna come out and do the exact same thing and not as good and look clumsy while I do it. And it felt, and then Logan Paul came out and just kind of made fun of LA Knight a little bit. Like it felt really weird because it felt like Trick Williams did it perfectly. And then LA Knight came out and did it very clumsily and weird. And then Logan Paul came out and like stuck his tongue out at LA Knight and said, I can do it. And then he did it. Well, hey, Trick did it. But yeah, I do like the dick measuring contest going on between LA Knight and Trick Williams right now, where that's what they're. If that is a match at WrestleMania, I'm cool with it. Like just seeing them trying to one up each other with machismo kind of thing.
Yeah, there's your
I
story
see
right
that.
there.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I hadn't thought of that before, but when you said it, I was like, yeah, no, I could go that way.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, and I think that's it's. Although I did see what was the rumor today that Trick was going to fight Sammy.
Yeah. That there was going to be a double turn.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't we just do that on? Can't we just do that on a
Who comes up with
SmackDown?
this shit, by the way?
We could just do that on a SmackDown. I
well,
feel
like-
like that's fine.
Like I said, okay, you cannot believe any rumors that you read during WrestleMania season. Period. Case closed. Anything that you see where it's like they don't have plans for this guy, or they don't know what they're gonna, you cannot believe any of that because they tell everyone different things constantly. So, yeah, if you want to know this,
The WWE has a call center.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
just people running interference and rumors.
I found
They've
out
got an
specifically-
AI
in
system
Thailand.
of just bullshit. No, it's not, it was Thailand. It was in India, but now it's just AI and it's just
Right.
feeding them bullshit.
there is a way you can kind of look at it is that, okay, PW Insider is going to tell you the story that WWE wants you to hear. And, whatever WWE wants to get out there is going to come from PW Insider. And they always kind of recognize that. They go, our sources tell us that this is happening. It's not like Dave Meltzer where he says, I know that this is going to, blah, blah, blah. They word it in a way to be like, this might just be bullshit, guys. And,
We need to start doing that.
yeah, we should.
Sources close to us.
I do that actually sometimes. But yeah,
Make up bullshit.
so WWE has a straight line to them, I'm pretty sure, and they feed them the storyline workshoot type stuff that they want people to think. Dave Meltzer has Terry Taylor, and I'm convinced at this point that they tell him the stupidest crap so that he feeds it to Meltzer and Meltzer looks stupid because it's all everything Meltzer says, like this is the plan to WWE. It immediately becomes it immediately ages like milk, like immediately.
The same day normally. It's normally the same fucking day. Yeah.
When Dave Meltzer, puts something out there, it's gonna be insane. And then Fightful's kind of the in-between, because I think they might have some sources that are like on the outside or peripheral of WWE. And I think they really do talk to them, but that they might not be getting the right info, because I think WWE kind of does the thing where we know, actually, I don't think we know that WWE tells different people within the company different things about storylines, because they admitted that, right? So, Fightful's hit or miss. PW Insider is going to be what WWE wants you to hear, and Dave's going to be just bullshit.
WWE developed a new technology where they send out just text and phone calls. Terry Taylor AI.
They don't need to.
Red Rooster AI.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% convinced that they only keep Terry Taylor on payroll so that they can feed Dave Meltzer bad information.
And I think he's a decent wrestling coach. He can teach some basic stuff. Like he'll get the psychology and stuff. Yeah, he can do that. But that's, don't think, don't speak, Terry. Just be.
Every story ties to him. Yeah, back when I was a Red Rooster.
He's the only guy that's like withstood all of the changes in developmental, and he's also the one that everyone knows talks to Dave Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, in the chat, like we heard, they used to feed Dijak bullshit because he was leaking stuff, So, but yeah, so on top of that, I guess the winner of the match was Randy Orton, which kind of a nice little surprise. Something that I don't understand why all of a sudden people in the IWC are complaining about. They've been wanting Randy Orton
because they want to complain.
They just want to complain.
They're going back. Just looking to what are we bitching about this week? Right. Oh, I wanted this. I wanted this 3 months. I wanted this 2 years ago, but they didn't do it, so I don't want it now. Right,
because now Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre are going to be wrestling on SmackDown for the Undisputed Championship, and Cody versus Randy Orton. I do not have a problem with Cody versus Randy Orton as the main event of WrestleMania. We've been talking about it for literally 2 years now. Since the first Tooney Talk Wrestling, we've been talking about them doing Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. So, go ahead.
I think it's how they got here is what the problem is. It's just like very wish-washy booking. Like, if you you know what? I'm not that knowledgeable in this particular angle, but I know at some point Drew won the championship. Okay. And at some point Cody lost it. But
to Drew in January.
Yeah. Cody lost in January.
To throw this match, in my eyes, on Friday, based on the fact that Cody Rhodes just lost the Elimination Chamber.
Okay, yeah, you don't know the story.
And out of
But no, yeah, I'd say like this doesn't like
this isn't okay.
So who says Cody's winning this match?
See, so here, let me walk you through it here, okay? So Drew had Drew beat Cody, and it turned out that Drew snuck in the contract that Cody doesn't get a rematch.
All right.
So then Drew got cocky because he knew Cody couldn't wrestle him unless he won WrestleMania, right? Or unless he won Royal Rumble. Yeah. Unless he won at the Royal Rumble. So after Cody didn't win the Royal Rumble, Drew has
Drew
has done everything he can to prevent Cody from getting any chance of getting the title shot. And once he knew that he didn't win the Rumble, Drew just tormented him. He would kick him in the head because he knew Cody couldn't do anything.
And he tried to he claymored Cody in the match that he would have for the to get into the chamber, but Cody like fell on top of Jacob and got the pin anyway.
He tried to prevent Cody from getting in the chamber. Anyway, go ahead.
So Nick Aldis wanted Cody to win.
Well,
because Nick Aldis has been. Yeah, I'll let you go.
Nick Aldis told Drew that he can't have him getting involved in every Cody match if he can't book a match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
And he's kicked Drew out of the building when Drew's attacked Cody or attacked Jacob multiple times, and Drew has been like, "I'm leaving," and then comes back in specifically to cost Drew or to cost Cody and Jacob matches with him. So that's where like if Drew, I think Drew will probably retain because I think Jacob will get involved and it'll probably end up being a 4-way.
I think it might. I'm
Yeah, you've
thinking
been
maybe.
calling that for a while.
I'm thinking maybe it'll get held up.
Yeah, I think Drew walks away with the title on Friday because we're still not figuring it out. Now, I mean, I would prefer it to be singles matches because singles matches are always better for titles, but it seems like they always do that. They have one singles match and then one 3-way or 4-way. So,
yeah, but like I understand the logic here, where
for sure.
Where Nick Aldis specifically told Drew on SmackDown, do not come tomorrow night. If you come, you will face consequences.
Right.
And Drew McIntyre showed up and he interfered in the match. And these are the consequences that he faces. It's been told. It's a story that's been the only way you don't know it is if you don't watch week to week, but this is the consequence of his match. Drew has said he doesn't want to fight Cody so bad that he put it in his contract that he wouldn't fight Cody Rhodes. And Nick Aldis honored that contract over and over again, despite the fact that Drew was teasing Cody. Basically, like he's kicking Cody in the head and saying, you can't do anything to him because we can't have a match anyway. So, it's like that kind of thing. And this was the only punishment that Drew could he could give Drew that would mean something, right? Because he's fined him, he's suspended him, and nothing bothered. Like he would still show up and kick Cody in the head over and over and over again.
So the show's gonna do a good number, I guess.
I would imagine, but
and it's the first one back on USA after the I don't know if they were on USA last week. After the Olympics, they were on USA
last week.
Okay, yeah, I know being on Sci-Fi was rough. I forgot both weeks. So what's going on? All right.
And then before we move on, we should address the CM Punk Roman Reigns conversation.
Oh God, yeah.
Last night. So CM Punk, like they were having a pretty standard. You know what? I was gonna do a full. Here's what we'll do. It's not a full Dave segment, but we have a few Dave things scattered out throughout the show. So. All right, so Dave Meltzer was talking about this a little bit. Let's hear what Dave Meltzer had to say. And our friend Brian Alvarez, who hates Dave Meltzer.
Was all of this work, shoot, backstage, blah, blah. And then Punk's promo was about nothing but the actual storyline involved in the match.
I actually agree with Alvarez here. It was kind of weird that Roman came out and wanted to do and felt like he wanted to do a shoot. And promo and Punk was just straight storyline. And it even seemed like at times Roman interrupted Punk where Punk was going storyline and Roman was like, no, that's not what really happened. Here's the truth. And then we'll go back to a shoot. It was a weird push and pull between them. And
Holy shit.
What?
I just disagree. I just watched this promo.
Okay.
I need you to really explain to me where you saw any of that in that promo last night.
I think that when Roman was talking when he first came out and he was talking about how nobody likes Punk, he goes back and cries backstage and he, does all that. And then Punk replied with, I brought you to the WWE, which is purely work. Right? I mean, that's purely storyline. So it wasn't until the very end of the promo that Punk.
Well, Roman brought in real life a bit that right there too, because when Punk said, "I brought you in," Roman's like, "No, you brought them in."
Right. That's why I said he interrupted Punk. It was like, no,
because he wanted Chris Hero instead of him.
Right.
He like Roman. Yeah. So that was cool. I thought that was a nice little touch. I was like,
so you didn't get the feeling that it like I said, it seemed like to me it seemed like Roman was trying to do a shoot promo and Punk was trying to do a work, and Roman would call Punk out whenever he would try to get into work bullshit.
Yeah, that's why Roman kept calling him Phil. I give you that. Yeah, and I thought Punk was gonna call him Joe, and
I did too, and he didn't.
And he called him Roman. I was here. Damn it! I didn't put this together.
Maybe they're gonna save that work for later.
They showed
time. Yeah,
they showed a clip of the pipe bomb. They let you think that Punk was gonna go on a crazy shoot promo, and instead he just went pure story. Okay. Like he didn't touch that. I don't get it. I don't, and maybe I'm gonna give it, a little bit, but I don't really understand what they're going.
Well, he did
for.
until the very end. He was story until he was like, "I ain't gonna be."
Yeah,
buried
until
with
the very end, which we'll get.
and then he was like,
Whoa. So let me ask you: do you guys had an issue with the promo?
I didn't have any issues with
I
it.
didn't have an issue with the actual promo being delivered. I just didn't I don't yet know where they're going with it, and that's I kind of do. Okay, the Punk mentioning his dad at the end brought it together for me, and I think I figured it out. But let me hear what you guys say. Awful.
No, I just believe that. Like I just finished watching this promo. I thought it was fantastic from top to bottom. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
No, I liked it a lot.
The content used was great. I didn't get that meta with, the verbiage and all that, but I really appreciated the fire that both men had, and that they're really trying to sell this match for WrestleMania. They've got some weeks to go, and that's when they'll probably pour a little bit more fuel onto the fire. But as far as like a promo, that was not as good as last time, but it kept things going, just like you said. CM Punk carried the story. He kept it moving forward. I'm curious to know what Brian Alvarez thought of this whole thing.
Dude, Brian, first off, Brian Alvarez hates CM Punk, but wait till you hear what Dave gets hung up on. Okay,
Sure.
Just wait.
But then Punk had to end by talking about the guy's dead father. And Punk says, your tweet didn't hurt my feelings, quote, "I don't care what people tweet about me. I don't get mad and hold grudges about things people say about me on podcasts."
Okay. So he didn't get hung up on the dead dad thing. I don't get mad and hold grudges about what people say about me on podcasts. He's talking about a very specific thing, right?
Yeah, he's talking about Roman on
Roman about
McAfee
Colt.
show?
Yeah, Roman about Colt.
Well, Roman recently was on like the McAfee show saying that he was, the only one, that he was coming back because nobody else had taken his spot and all that stuff too. I think that's what he's referencing.
Yeah. And so he's saying, I just think it's funny that Dave, like in very old guy style, completely misses the point of that line here.
Can I tell you something?
I was already friends again?
No, I'm not friends with him, but no.
Of course, Brian has to make it about him. Of course.
About me.
Oh, I don't know about you. When he said that line, I swear to God, I don't think I've laughed more watching a wrestling show in years. With the line about how he doesn't hold grudges. It's like this entire. I mean, that is the funniest line I've ever heard. And I mean, I just was so
get
funny
worked up
because it's
over a promo.
I don't know.
Like this.
Well, it's not. He didn't even say he doesn't hold grudges. He specifically means I said something bad about you in a podcast and you didn't like it. You said something bad about me in a podcast and I don't care. That's specifically what he's talking about. But Dave has to make this reality where it's about him and Brian Alvarez. Like I don't like he didn't. They even said, Brian said this. Look here.
I was already friends again?
No, Brian said specifically, where is it here? Here.
I don't care what people tweet about me. I don't get mad and hold grudges about things people say about me on podcasts.
On podcasts. Like they even said that, and Dave can't get it through his head that it's specifically about one thing.
Dave just got stuck on doesn't hold grudges. Yeah.
He just got stuck. He's like, he stopped listening after.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he stop listening after he heard doesn't hold grudges? But then he also stopped listening after Brian said doesn't hold grudges.
It's so funny because it's like
consistent.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people hold grudges, but I don't know if anyone holds grudges more than him. But even if they don't, he holds grudges. The guy holds grudges like
I can't watch this. Fuck, God, I hate that guy.
Yeah, is Dave Meltzer ever?
It's so ridiculous. So fun. God, I hate Dave Meltzer.
Is Dave Meltzer ever going to, realize that that's just a wrestling promo?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you could just stop after realize, and the answer will be no. Is Dave Meltzer ever going to realize? Nope.
And does anyone hold grudges more than Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez? Brian Alvarez holds a Punk with CM Punk holds a grudge with CM Punk because CM Punk dated the girl that he liked 2 decades ago.
Like
okay?
17 Punk girlfriends ago and a wife ago. Yeah.
And Alvarez is married.
Yeah, Alvarez is
And so is
married.
Punk. Yeah.
Like
To a different woman.
But okay, but let's look at the dad thing. I mean, I can't. I always feel weird when they do that. I always feel weird. I felt weird when they did it with Dusty. I feel weird. I felt weird when AEW did it with Christian. I feel weird when they're doing it now. The Samoans really like using dad as part of stuff, when they're in storylines. So it is what it is. It's not my thing particularly, but I'm not going to be offended by it because I get that it's wrestling, especially if your dad was in wrestling.
Right.
It's just what they do. But I do have a crazy schizo theory that this was the door to letting Roman use Larry.
Sure. Okay.
I mean,
it
if
sells more
Roman's ready to be
tickets.
if he's ready to be a heel, you go after dogs. People will. You're gonna see a lot of those fingers start to go down.
A couple years ago, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk built one of the best feuds of this decade, based on a bracelet.
Oh, I agree. No, I'm just because Roman still has the baby face part. It's the only reason.
Right. Well, I think Roman can
go
do
after
that.
the dog.
I think Roman can do that now. I think he has enough cachet with the audience.
I don't know about the dog. I mean, I feel like maybe he go after AJ. I don't know about the dog, man.
He'll get, dude. I don't think Punk would, and I don't think Punk would have been okay with it. So I think that the whole deal was they said that Roman said, you should bring up my dad. You should bring up my dad. You should say something at the because it was really out of place and seemed out of nowhere at the end. And
fine, I'll let you talk about my little pocket dog.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was. He goes, yeah, you should talk about my dad. And then in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, Roman comes back. He goes, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to talk about Larry. And then Punk's like, I don't know about that. And he goes, dude, you just talked about my dad dying. Are you going to be really upset if I talk about a dog? Really? Is that what you're going to? Because
I was going to back him into a corner, huh?
Because I think Punk is the kind of guy who would be like, no matter what, be like, no, you're not talking about Larry. You're not making Larry part of this.
We run past AJ first.
I mean, I get that on it though. Like, don't talk about my pets, bro. Yeah, I get it, man. That's no, but what I did like about it with what you were saying earlier about how Punk was kind of going more storyline and Rome was going more personal. I feel like that kind of builds into the overall storyline of how mad Roman is. So he was trying to shoot on Punk and Punk was like deflecting of it. That's like part of the whole thing and making me more intrigued.
Erica in the chat said, you don't get dog people, do you just? No, I did before I had a child. And then, right? Yeah, like I was totally right there until I had a kid. And then once there was a human that I was responsible for, I was
more
like,
people in their 20s don't have kids than ever before, man. It's
go away.
Like, I'm just saying. There's a lot of us out there with childless people who love their pets.
It is not an insult because, like I said,
no, I know. I'm just saying but what I'm saying is there's more now ever than before of people that don't have kids, and so there's this large people, and those are the ones with disposable income. So I'm just, I mean, now, hey, the thing is, it's great for the storyline, and honestly, if they want to turn one of them, that's an easy way to do it. I'm just saying, if Roman does it, he's going more heel than he is. Which is fine. I'm cool with it. It's just. That's a heel move.
I was Mr. Pet guy. I was always the guy who was like, oh, I love my pets just as much as I would love my child. And then I had a kid and I was like, oh, never mind. That's not true. Because when you have a kid, you literally, it is impossible for you to love something more than that thing that you just create. You know what I mean?
That's my understanding of it. I'm not having, my wife and I aren't having kids. So we're focused. We have the pets. We're both too selfish. We're both only children. We would be terrible parents.
Good for you recognizing that.
We knew that. Yeah. We figured that out early in our relationship and it made it very we're very, this is who we are. We're fine.
But I don't, so I
Jake
do think
and his wife have got a wedding picture and it's in black and white. And in the little small text, it says, fuck them kids.
Yeah, and we got married at a music festival because we could. I'm telling you, man. We go on trips. We have a small place. We're good. We're good. Yeah, the planet's got enough people. We don't need any more. We're good.
I love it.
All right, let's see
Right.
here. Let's get back to our super chats. We got AA for $5 to quote Hulk. Jabroni marks without a life that don't know it's a work when you work a work and work yourself into a shoot. Marks, thank you. AA. I love Hulk
The
Hogan.
best. That's still the best tweet of all time.
I miss Hulk Hogan. Like that. I never changed my stance about Hulk Hogan. When you're Hulk Hogan, you can lie about whatever you want, dude. I don't care because it's not a lie. It's a work, brother.
You got me.
Regina Sharp for $5. Danhausen is from Detroit. That explains the kiss making. Yeah, there you go. He told a story about how he used to wrestle in an abandoned Target on 8 Mile. So,
Oh man, that's so fucking rad.
I know, right? You know how I know this stuff, by the way? It's because Max has been showing me Danhausen videos for the past 2 days.
I've seen 3 of his matches. I told you that.
Oh no, these aren't matches.
All
He's
comment.
not watching. He's not watching matches. He's watching all the promos and all the stuff.
See, there you go. As soon as that bell rings,
Conan O'Brien clip. Yeah, the bell will ring and he'll get tsunamied by Bronson Reed. We'll talk about this on Saturday. You're distracting me.
Ova's gonna murder him
for $4.99. If you want heat, have Danhausen dress in Red Wings gear and confront Punk. This is ancient hatred. Yeah, that's true.
The hockey jerseys over and just start punching.
It's the triangle. It's the triangle. It's St. Louis, Detroit, and Chicago. And there's that triangle where all 3 of them are like, it's the triangle of hate. So,
yeah, as I say, and all teams have rivalries within that. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah,
bring in Randy Orton and have him wear a Blues jersey, and you'd have the
there
match of the
you
year.
go. Yes.
Last Call podcast with Chris Connor for $5. I swear, if this has his way, WWE will hire the Rizzler and make him manager of Danhausen R-Truth as they win the tag title. Save him from this. No, I don't want him to win a title. That's my point. Is that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, you specifically said not wrestle.
I specifically said I don't want him to wrestle, or at least if he does, it's not serious. But
so when they say multi-year contract, do you think it's 2 years?
4. I think WWE's doing 4 recently.
I thought I was thinking like 3, and then like I said, it's gonna be a partnership with AAA, TNA, NXT,
and Sci-Fi or whatever channel the show ends up being.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
And if he's not
here's
wrestling,
my
he can
thing.
just pop up wherever and do whatever. Messing with like the Hamburguesa guy, and
I'm a middle class white kid who grew up watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 and Up All Night with Rhonda Shear and Elvira and all that crap. For Billy Bob's. What was it? Billy Bob's Drive-In over on Showtime. I watched all that crap, and Danhausen is right in my lane. Pee Wee Herman, like it's right that. So for me, I think it's great, but I don't want him winning titles or anything. When did I ever say? I've always said that he should be a backstage fun character who takes bumps. So that's
on the
what
indie
I
scene.
No. He will make them more money than 90% of their employees, I assure you. But again, Saturday, you're getting me off track here. Kyle and Taylor for $20. Kyle and Taylor, we haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, sir. Where is Marvin? Was he raptured? If so, I need to cancel an appointment with my rabbi. Thank you, Colin Taylor. He was raptured over to the M4 Empire. He's still hanging out there. You can catch him and Kev. They have their own channels, which are actually in the description below. But yeah, he's taking a break from wrestling right now, so we're holding down the fort. And then we got Regina Sharp for $5. Maybe LA Knight just needs a new boot. The wrong boot can screw you up in any job. Look, I should say that I think the rope was wet. I believe I know Finn Balor slipped on the same rope, and Javon actually almost slipped a little bit on that rope. So I'm sure it was wet, but it happens way too much.
He needs slip-resistant boots there, Honor.
Yeah, he's more grip.
Steel-toed.
It just happens way too much at this point. And does anybody here think that LA Knight would lose one thing if he didn't do that move anymore?
The elbow, yeah, right.
Right. Okay, good. So
he's got enough signatures. He's fine.
Right. All right. Thank you guys very much. We will read any super chats that come in the next over the next segment at the end of this topic. And if you do $50 or more, we will interrupt. Excuse me. But we have an update from last week. So let's jump on that real quick. As we were on the air last week, actually, Kevin Nash put out a statement about his comments on Javon Evans. As we were on the air, this happened. And that's why we didn't report it last week, because we were talking about his previous statements about Javon Evans. So I'm going to bring that up now. Awful, can you read this for me? Because I think I'd get canceled.
You'd get canceled?
I think I would.
You should have put on your Dis AI voice then.
I think
Kevin Nash.
Hey,
Kevin
what's
Nash.
going on, brothers? That's my AI voice sounds like.
Did you swallow the mic? Doing that. Anyway, how often have you heard the term Uncle Tom? See,
That's how he starts. Oh my
I'm reading this
God.
as
Yeah,
well.
me too.
How often have you heard the term Uncle Tom? Most likely, it was used in a degrading way. If you've actually read the literature, Uncle Tom was whipped to death for helping free 2 female slaves. I apologize for the use of the term Mr. Bojangles. It was in poor taste and obviously offensive. See that talent being pushed in a direction that I disagree with. I should be the male version of Sol Ruka, more contemporary than urban. It's funny how I'm usually the only person who pays attention to the development of black talent.
He's the savior.
That
He's
last
the
fucking
savior.
statement.
I know, he's so bad. Dude. Like, somebody replied to this, and it had everything blacked out except I apologize for the use of the term Mr. Bojangles in poor
Yeah.
taste and obviously offensive. Everything else was blacked out.
Kev, you got to stop like popping wine bottles
That's
and
just
then
burying
going on your
himself
phone.
with every
Yeah, this is
sentence.
ridiculous.
It's
the first
just
time I've read
so
it.
bad, and he deleted it after that person.
Ah.
After the person put that out, Kevin Nash went on like a 4-paragraph rant, and then he deleted that rant, and then he deleted the original post. So this has been deleted. Something that
Yeah, like
hasn't-
Kevin Nash tweeted out like shit about soft ground wrestling.
Something that hasn't been deleted though is what he said on his podcast, because
All right.
I clipped it.
Oh boy.
So even if he does delete this, here we go. Let's hear what he has to say. I
There's a
love
wine
watching.
glass right below the camera.
Yep, I love watching Sean Oliver. during
Yeah,
this.
I watch him more than Kevin. Too. He tries, but yeah, he's like, oh fuck.
So let's hear what he has to say.
Let me just say this because I want to get this out and I'm done with it.
Deep breath.
I am so I want to ask.
Look at Sean. He's just like, oh God, no.
Right
No,
when
just
Kevin
stop.
does, right when Kevin says, I just want to say this, you see him go, oh, fuck. Like you can see it. Like you just, when Kevin says, I just want to say this. Oh, no.
One thing Sean
Like-
Oliver does not want to do is turn around that plaque.
Yeah. Just face down. It's over.
Right.
Oh
Just
my
put it down.
God.
He wants that plaque.
I just
Watch
let me
it,
say
Kevin.
this. Oh fuck. That's the
From
best.
because this is all from at least their photographs were of blacks that follow me or have something to do. But this is on my ex,
Okay.
and
The Last Call podcast with Kevin.
My goodness.
He
Never
should
last call podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say he should steal that name. It fits him better than it does you, Chris. No offense.
I saw more than 24 times. I thought, or we thought, you were one of the good ones.
Oh boy.
All right. Good one. What?
He said
We thought you were one of the good 7'1" tall, wrestlers.
so bad.
Rich guys from Detroit. What are we talking about? Jesus.
Good ones, what, motherfucker?
Well, you see,
Fair
see
enough.
that painting
Fair
behind you,
enough.
Kevin? That's not one of the good ones. Okay.
Oh my
That's
God.
what we mean.
Okay.
And you want to say it. So
You know what? When Kevin Nash
play
first
this thing. I gotta see what the hell.
when Kevin Nash first made the statement about Javon Evans, I was like, Man, that's a bad situation. Like, too bad. I feel kind of bad for Kevin Nash. He had a few. He's just like, everything he said following that has made me be like, maybe this guy actually just wants to say the N-word, because it seems like he kind of wants to say the N-word.
Now he's arguing against Reconstruction. Like, what's going on with your podcast? What happened?
Yeah. When did he become Frank from Always Sunny? I'm gonna say the N-word. No, jeez. And Oliver's just like, God damn
Look at
it,
his
no.
face. He is dead inside.
Yeah.
Sean Oliver just wants to go home. He's done.
I hate my life. Yeah,
He's melted. He's at the end of his rope.
Pretty cool fucking background, by the way.
Oh,
Good ones.
You were
What?
Sean Oliver.
You were one of the few good Caucasians. Is that
Is that what that means?
That's
Because I'm
exactly what it
I,
means.
and I'm the
pretty
one that's-
racist, but I would interpret
I
it that way.
well,
How is that racist? I mean, I guess I get how
I'll tell you
it's
that
racist.
too on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand. If you, but I'm telling you right now, going on a podcast called "Click This" with Kevin Nash and saying that and talking about reverse racism is not a good look, Sean Oliver. Okay, so maybe you should just let him talk and you stay out of this.
yeah, you're not helping, homie. You
Let
are
him
not
bury
helping.
himself, okay? Because
and I'm the
pretty
one that's-
racist, but I would interpret it that way.
I'm the one that said, I'm saying to myself, like, you know what, man, you're right, because when I get up in the morning and I fucking look in the mirror and I said, you know what I want to be today? I want to be a better human being.
okay. I do want to bring this up though. Remember how everyone was a snowflake until something bad happened to them? And I really do want to thank you for that, 626. Kevin Nash has been the first to jump on people about being politically incorrect or being like anytime he found out somebody was not of his political leanings, a lot of times he would kind of, I'm not talking about wrestlers because wrestlers don't do that to other wrestlers. I'm talking about the fans online. He did a very much a Jim Cornette deal where he was very, very easy. He would very easily call out racism when he saw it, or very easily call somebody else racist. Right. And now that he's getting it, he has no idea what to do.
Right. He doesn't want to do the old playbook trick of apologizing.
Right. Right.
If he apologizes, he's got to apologize forever, of course.
He thinks he's above it. He thinks he's above it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one step away from just starting to name his black friends. I mean, he's
exactly.
Start doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let me sidestep that. I want to be a better Caucasian human
Listen,
being.
man, first off,
because
it was probably, these things were probably said in jest. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really means that dumb shit. And you've taken it to such a degree where it's just like, now you're going to try to justify to a certain degree, like your original intent, your original, thoughts and beliefs on this. Like
watch this.
Listen, man, you've gone too deep.
Watch this, awful. Hey, you know what? I said Bojangles. I didn't think it was a big deal. It is. I didn't understand that at the time. Now I do it. I appreciate you for letting me know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Done. Move on. That's it. That's all you have to say, dude. Yeah. You don't have to do this. You don't have to here. He's talking about being a better.
How can you do anything other than look at this tweet that says, "I thought you were one of the good ones," and do anything but laugh?
Yeah.
Seriously.
This is such an easy fix. He could have done it. Here, listen to this. Listen.
Oh, no, let me sidestep that. I want to be a better Caucasian human being because that's exactly how I fucking see myself.
I know it's not $50, but Regina has given us enough that we can do this. Raquel Rodriguez frantically texting, "Shut up!"
Yeah, really. Kayate.
Thank you, Regina, for the $5.
You're killing me, Kev.
Well, man, you ain't gonna be invited to the barbecue.
Oh God.
It's called the cookout.
Just wait.
Guess what, motherfucker? I got a grill at my house. I don't like going anywhere anyway.
That's such a white man
It's
response.
like, man, everything that came at me for saying something that was everything that came at me for saying something that was absolutely not in any way said with fucking malice or with fucking a racial fucking undertone.
Yeah, it was, dude. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm sorry. There's no you can say there's no I didn't mean to be racist. That's fine. But as a white man, I can tell you that as the words urban and Bojangles and Uncle Tom are coming out of his mouth, he knows that is controversial. He knows that people are going to be upset about, because I didn't even want to read his tweet. Okay, I understand. Like, you feel a certain way, and so to say that you didn't see any racial undertones is a vast overstatement. And if you didn't, then you need to really do some soul searching, honestly.
Like I said a couple weeks ago on this very same show, I thought his comments to be boneheaded, but not so much racial. Because, we expect that from average white people.
It was racial. It wasn't racist.
Yeah, more boneheaded.
But it was
more
racial.
Boneheaded. It was 70-30. How about that?
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, where he's going is like just digging in deep on a wacky belief, on a misguided belief that he is somehow allowed to say this thing. That comment about the barbecue and like, I've got a grill at home, dude. Like, blah.
That sounds more racist than anything he said before. No, I said it sounds more racist.
Oh, just say my bad.
I guess you would think.
I don't know.
Like, so I don't need, because when when I hear someone say, I don't need to go to the barbecue, I got my own grill at home. You know what it sounds like? It's saying, I don't need to hang around black people. I'm fine by myself. Like, that's what it sounds like. Oh my God.
I guess. What he has to realize is that all this shit is not said in some sort of like serious tone. When you're not invited to the barbecue, it's a comical gesture that, lets you know, like, what the fuck, we don't accept you right now. Why do people get invited back to the barbecue? I mean, it's just a stupid, goofy internet thing.
Does he think it's a real cookout like Brian Alvarez did?
Yeah, every summer in Atlanta.
Yeah, right. Remember when that was my favorite Alvarez quote ever? He's like, must be an NXT thing. Motherfucker! Stop being so white. Jesus.
I don't think that Kevin Nash is racist. I don't. But I do think that he is making himself look absolutely terrible right now.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to.
Everything he's saying.
Yeah,
just burying himself more. Just a simple, my bad, y'all. Move on.
His mind is more schizophrenic than that painting behind him.
Yeah, like in the chat, Erica said, like, he's pretty loaded. Well, I gotta tell you, Erica, I've done shows where I've had a few drinks, and I've never done this. Okay, I might have talked a little flowery about Trick Williams at a point in time, but I did not do this.
But who doesn't every now and then with Trick Williams?
I mean, it moves.
At least you didn't have any Continental Eliminator matches.
Yeah, the main event.
Yeah,
it was just said to fucking more in an analogy fucking sense, and it's just like, and then they're like, man, you just shut up, man. Leave it. Shut the fuck up. Just leave it. Like, motherfucker, you wouldn't tell me shut the fuck up to my face.
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. You know why? Because we have respect. Maybe you need to start thinking about that, sir. Maybe you should.
And a 1.5 foot disadvantage.
Right. I mean, but
give me a chair I can stand on. I'll say it to your face.
Saying that you won't call me racist in my face is probably one of the worst things you can possibly say, because all you're saying is I'm big enough that I can be racist. Like,
also,
I know
if I say that you take a swing, I'm suing. So
I know that's not what he actually means, but that's what it sounds like. And you have to be when you're on the internet and you're a media person and you're a personality, you want to have a podcast, you have to understand that people are going to clip you and take you out of context and put you on Twitter. And you're going to sound like you just said, you want to call me racist? Say it to my face. I'm bigger than you. You know, like it's.
Yeah,
Man,
it doesn't have to.
bad.
It doesn't have to be what he said that's how it has come across to other people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to be. Anyone who does a podcast should understand that you have to be well aware of every word that you say and how it can be taken out of context. You know, there are podcasts where people will hold signs that say the date and time so that they cannot be taken out of context. You know, so.
And I guess these people, because they follow you and they think that you fucking give a fuck about how many people follow you.
Clearly you give a fuck. Because you're talking about this for 3 weeks in a row. And you've posted multiple messages that you've taken down on Twitter. And clearly you do. So don't act like you don't give a fuck.
That they don't think they'll get blocked? Motherfucker. Let me just say this because I want to get.
Okay. So to me, I'll tell you this. I don't think that Kevin Nash is racist, but at this point, I have gotten to believe that Kevin Nash is a wealthy man who thinks he can get away with whatever the fuck he wants to get away with, and that whatever offends you is not worth his time or energy because he has no, that's how he comes across to me, is as a guy who's just like, you're a lowly peasant and you don't deserve my time. And he's not talking to black people. He's talking to anyone who isn't him. You know what I mean? That's what it comes across to me as. Just very out of touch. Probably played basketball with 8 black dudes back in 1978, and they let him say the N-word, and now he feels like he can say whatever he wants.
He got the pass, so he thinks it's for life.
Yeah, he got invited to the cookout, and now all of a sudden he has no idea what it means.
Right? Yeah, that's just how it feels. He's so bad at this, and Kevin,
it's got worse and worse. Ugh.
Mr. Nash, Diesel, if you would like to reach out, we could help you with your PR. We would be more than happy to do some media training with you. Jake here is for hire. He'll do. You give him like $10, he'll do anything. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry, Jake.
I was out of work. I got laid off. I have a job now. God. I'm monetized here. Let's go.
We love you.
Where do you see what I do for super chats? I have no idea. I have not been. I got to figure that out. I thought it'd be a good joke, but like, oh shit, I got to figure this out. Like I said, I didn't think it's going to happen this soon. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll help you out. All right. But that is the I don't know. Awful. I want you to end out this Kevin Nash segment. What's the final word on this?
So trying to eat feverishly. Like I said, boneheaded move, boneheaded conversation. Sean Oliver, I'm starting to suspect that he should take some responsibility in this. Him being the host, he's got to move this conversation along. Sometimes you have to stop your host or your big get in the middle of his tracks and be like, maybe not now, or just edit it out. Is this whole thing and I'm sorry for speaking with food in my mouth, but was this thing done live or is this straight to the edit bay?
I honestly don't know. That's a good question. If somebody can answer that in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he does like a live thing for paid viewers and whatever, because I don't know if he's on. I know that's usually how like the Conrad podcasts work. Yeah. They'll do it live for their Patreon or whatever, and then that's taped out. But I don't know. And no, you're right, awful too, because like there was 2 different points where he just egged on the conversation. Like, oh, that seems pretty racist, doesn't it? Like, you're not. So you're right. He has to take some responsibility and a good amount of it, because that line right there only fuels the fire, as opposed to trying to put it out or steer the conversation or anything.
Right.
So.
I brought this up from Unknown Samples where he says just that was kind of a little racial too. And, about my comment against on you, Jake. And it was. And you know what the difference is? Jake is right here on the podcast, and I'm making it to him where he can respond. And if he is offended by it, he will come back at me and tell me he is offended, and then we will have that conversation. I am not doing it in a bubble where if I was having this conversation with Just Awful, that joke would not be made. Okay. because I'm
or if
not,
you didn't know me well enough at that point
Right,
too, like
yeah.
my sense
know
of, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he knows what this show is and everything. Yeah. But so if Kevin Nash if he had Javon Evans right there, maybe it'd be a little bit different. But
yeah,
there's
100%.
some people in the chat, like Brad said, that's on Sean Oliver. And I mean, he's not innocent here, right? Like, how many times have you heard Brian Last or Conrad Thompson go, hey, you know what? Maybe we should not talk about that.
Right.
So,
or like when they shoot it over to them, be like, this is you. I'm not saying it. Like, I want to end this here. Can we move over? Yeah, no, totally.
And you can probably get a bit out of that, but at least you're deflecting effectively away from where he was going to go like that. Yeah.
Awful. Yeah. Me and you have made bits out of that where one of us is like, we need to move on. And the other one's like, I'm just going to keep talking, it's fun.
Didn't work, but
it didn't. And no, it was fun. It worked as a bit, but yeah. So that is, who knows? I didn't think we would be talking about Kevin Nash again this week, but guess what? We are. So we might have.
We didn't think he was going to keep saying the same dumb shit over and over again, but here we are.
Maybe I'll do a thing where I edit together our bit from our segment from last week and our segment from this week and shove them together and put them up separately or something because it's very so like I said, I didn't think we'd be talking about it this week. We might end up talking about it next week depending on what happens. But Regina Sharp for $5. Maybe LA Knight just needs a new boot. The wrong boot can screw you up at any job. Thank you, Regina Sharp.
You already read that one.
Oh, I did. Sorry. Did I say boat last time too?
You certainly did. Same laugh and everything.
I thought so. Yeah. I do that. I'm kind of a robot. It's fine. Denisha Lane for $1.99. Jake, congrats on 500 subscribers. We love you. We had that Jake celebration.
Thank you, D. Yeah.
Earlier in the night. So thank you very much, Denisha. Regina Sharp for another 5. Oh, I did read this one. I know I read this one because I pulled it up separately. But thank you again, Regina, for that. And Andre Adams for $9.99. Nash on the same shit he was on in the longest. Yeah, that's right.
How about
that?
Huh?
Good pull, Andre.
That is a fantastic pull. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you for super chatting us, supporting the show, and just being here and dropping a like. But we have a little bit more to talk about. Oh, wait, you know what? Because we haven't gone into the new subject. Regina Sharp for $5. You already read the boot one. Here's one about Mr. Bojangles, the late, great Bill Robinson. Thank you very much, Regina Sharp.
Rest in peace.
Yes. All right. So we have, did it come? Everyone can tell I have no idea who she's talking about, right? Did everyone understand that?
Mr. Bojangles, she said it in the super chat.
Was that Bill Robinson?
Yes. His name was Bill Robinson. Yes.
I did not know that. So thank you. Now I feel smarter now because of that.
Educational programming.
I always just knew it was Mr. Bojangles. I didn't know what he was at. And I was the one who pulled that, by the way. So at least I get credit for that. All right.
This thought he played in the Negro Leagues.
Yeah. I'm like, did he get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something? What are we talking about?
The Negro Leagues. He played for the Homestead Grays.
Yeah.
Is that Sade's real name or what?
Ashante. Oh,
the Shaka Khan woman. What's her real name?
Oh, good Lord. Okay, then.
All right.
Oh, man. I understand the whole idea of like separating the art from the artist. We talk about it a lot. And I think that conservatives use it a lot, right? Because they like to, they still want to watch Brock Lesnar matches or they really like when an Ignition remix comes on the radio.
What?
But we have to let it apply to all sides. So, when I guess you can still enjoy diesel matches or something like that if you want to.
Do I have to?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but we do have another video here. So let's.
Hey Tony, I like the things you do. Hey Tony, could I would be you. Hey Tony.
We have a Tony Khan video to watch.
Oh boy.
Are you excited? Awful, how are you?
From zero to turgid, very, very flaccid.
Look at that. Look at that. He doesn't have the paper cup in his hand.
There's actually something in the cup. You can actually see it. Look at that.
I know. It's very, very exciting. But let's hear what our good friend Tony Khan has to say.
Hey, it's
hey. This is cool, Tony. He took the criticism that we had.
Yep,
He's been watching.
I was just about to say this. You can't tell me somebody can get back to him.
Yeah. Hey guys, like they told him, because every week it was hey guys, and now it's like
that's why there's something in the cup. They're making
something in the cup.
Yeah, and you can
brand
see
new
it too.
I mean, look at that thing. It's pretty.
I know. And not his hair, his glasses are on point. Everything looks he looks very good here. I'll admit it.
It's great to see you. It's a
not Trick Williams.
Still
good.
sucks.
Not
Sound
Trick
still
Williams
sucks.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have those lemon pepper steppers on or anything like that. I'm not going that far, but
beautiful Wednesday. I've got some great news. I just got the viewership numbers from AEW Grand Slam.
Oh gosh, I didn't watch this, by the way.
I didn't watch it either.
I've seen it.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So this was just to brag about ratings for Grand Slam?
This was going into the Dynamite after Grand Slam.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, I think that's what that was.
But is he okay? I just gotta.
Australia. It is way up over last year's show, and it's one of the highest Saturday AEW Collision numbers ever in the regular time slot. Very excited. That was great.
This video was for Paramount executives.
I don't understand who this is for. I just don't like.
That's why he's wearing the blue tie.
Like this seems
this
seems like a video that like a public access host would put out and be like, last week we had 400 viewers. I want to thank each and every one of you. Like you don't do that when you're a billionaire running a wrestling company.
Is that Paramount Blue? Is that the Paramount?
No, Paramount's is more of a baby blue.
Yeah, that's
he tried. He tried.
It's close to
Sacramento. Everybody's fired up for a big Wednesday night Dynamite tonight. There's so much to look forward to tonight. I'm really excited about this show, and I have to say, coming back from Grand Slam Australia, it was a hard week of travel. But here in Sacramento tonight, we've been hit with a number of wrestlers, not only with injuries but also illness.
Why is he excited about injuries and illness?
What? Because he gets to rebook the show differently than what he was going to. He's so happy about it.
He has the same level of excitement about talking about how much Collision was up as he does talking about how Thekla was injured or whatever he's going to talk about.
That's a good point.
Thekla sprained her ankle.
Where is he, by the way?
Oh God!
The bowels of the building in Sacramento.
He looks like he's in the hallway. You know when you get off a plane and you have to walk through that hallway to get to the airport.
I guess.
That's what it looks like. He would get a microphone. Get a lapel mic. They're like $50 at just come on, get a mic.
Dude, if I can afford a decent microphone, Tony Khan can afford a decent microphone. Okay.
He needs more super chats.
Dude, he gets them. They accept super chats on their pre-shows and post-shows.
True. I've seen that. Yes.
They do.
Wow.
Yes.
The announced match.
Let anybody put in links too. They just spam whatever. It's spam the super chats.
That's
zero moderation.
That would be fun sometime, just going on and maybe during the This Is Awful, instead of watching the media scrum, we'll just pull up the chat from the media scrum underneath and leave it on the screen while we're talking.
Snipe the chat, huh?
Yeah, that may be fun.
Travel, but here in Sacramento tonight, we've been hit with a number of wrestlers, not only with injuries, but also illness. Thankfully, none of the announced matches are affected. We have a huge lineup.
Isn't that great, guys? None of the people who were wrestling are the ones that got injured. Isn't that awesome?
We're going to talk about their injuries anyway.
Tonight, we've got Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland for the first time ever tonight. What a huge main event match.
There it is. You know what, Jake? I did see this on your show, and now I remember because he was just like, "We have a huge main event."
Main event. I love it. I love it.
We've got to clip that and make that drop for a super chat.
Yes,
on our show.
we do. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That'll be a drop on by Saturday. That'll be a drop on This Is Awful.
Kenny Omega. I can't wait for that. And to get Hangman Page and MJF face to face ahead of AEW Revolution after they both picked up huge wins at that awesome Grand Slam Australia show. And speaking of Grand Slam Australia, the Babes of Wrath retained the AEW Women's.
Does it seem to anyone else like the entire AEW Women's Tag Division? It was like they announced they were going to have a title, and then they like just went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, one. If you had a 1, go over here. If you had a 2, you know what I mean? Like that's what it seems like. That's how they developed their tag teams, and then they had to get together. Okay, now come up with a name. Okay,
yep,
we're the Tigers. Okay, well, we're the
just combine your names together somehow and make it work.
It's ridiculous.
Like a group class project.
Exactly. Yeah, or like gym class, right?
It's like science class. You get lab partners.
Yeah. That's it. Exactly.
Team championship wrestling match. They actually retained the titles twice. They wrestled.
What? They defended and retained the titles twice? Wow.
Twice in Australia on Grand Slam and House Rules. And after Willow made 2 title defenses of the tag titles, she's going to make her 3rd title defense of the week in a 4-way match tonight. It's going to be fantastic to have Willow Nightingale defending the TBS title, but she's in a very...
You know, as I look into Tony Khan's dead eyes, I can't help but think he would be a great shoe-in for a casting of Little Shop of Horrors. Like, I can see it now. He would play that character beautifully.
I think he does have a Rick Moranis
exactly
to him.
Like Rick Moranis, and it's just so uncanny. He should be a stunt double.
We've said several times that he definitely does have a Rick Moranis thing going on to him. How can you
dead eyes.
How can you promote wrestling when you sound like that?
Honey, I Shrunk the Wrestling crowd.
Like, yeah. I mean, there's no urgency to what he's saying or anything. Like when you look at like Sean Mooney or Tony Schiavone or Gene Okerlund or the greats of what he's doing right now. I'm not saying Tony Schiavone is a great announcer, but in terms of what he's doing right now, Tony Schiavone was great at it, you know? And when you look at them, it's like they made it seem important and like, I don't know, not happy and cheery. Like he sounds like he's reading the set list for the next Taylor Swift concert. Like he doesn't seem like
fly a plane through that space between the top of his head and the ceiling. Like he's got to learn how to do this properly, or somebody's really got
framing.
To tell him.
Yeah,
just his framing's just atrocious. Nice tie.
Dangerous position.
He does a nice tie. It is nice
tonight. Nice and Willow might.
What?
Nice color, I should say.
Yeah.
Be biting off a lot, making a defense because she's going up against
that
very
famous phrase, biting off a lot. he wanted to say she's biting off more than she can chew because she wrestled twice in Australia and she's wrestling now because she's biting off a lot. That famous phrase. Sorry, that just got me.
No, you got it.
Tough competition in, first of all, somebody who's very angry coming out of Grand Slam Australia, Marina Shafir, and somebody else.
That's what I mean. Like he has that goofy smile on his face, and he's talking about how angry they are.
Yeah, I noticed that right there too. Yeah, it's like someone who's very angry from Grand Slam.
When I do
big
this?
Smile.
What happens when I do this? This is new. Oh, it didn't do anything. That was stupid. Okay, let's keep
What,
going.
you think it was going to stretch it?
Yeah, I thought maybe it would do something neat, but it didn't. It just got rid of us.
Who's really angry coming out of Australia? Megan Bayne, the Megasis, with her unbelievable record in AEW, and somebody who's been on a great run, winning singles matches and competing and chasing champions.
Jake.
Yes.
Can you pause this and unpause this?
Championships.
Okay.
And
I gotta pee. You do that real quick.
Go
I'll be
for
back
it.
in like a minute. Okay.
On it. I just want to leave it paused at this picture right now. So look at it. Oh, fucking hell. All right. I love how he has something in the cup, but he hasn't actually ever touched the cup or drank from it.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
didn't take
holding
a sip yet.
No, and I don't believe he does, if I remember correctly. Here we go.
that's Mina Shirakawa, somebody who was very happy after Grand Slam Australia. So that's going to be a great four-way match for the TBS title tonight. And speaking of big championships in Grand Slam Australia, John Moxley retained the
I said in the chat, it's not his cup.
He's holding it for somebody else.
Yeah.
No, just like he's like, speaking of whatever, like you're doing a promo. You don't need to tell me. Oh, speaking of this, it's like you're doing a podcast where you're trying to do a segment, like a transition on a segment. You're just promoting your show. Like, oh God, the way he talks.
The least he could do is insert pictures of these people that he's talking about. Maybe I don't know. You just put a picture of Megan Bayne up there. Then you put a picture of Swerve Strickland when you're talking about it. Like, it's very simple to do, and it only takes a few more minutes of your time, especially if you're really trying to promote something.
I mean, the least he could do is get a microphone. From there, you could do just anything. The microphone kills me. You see people like TikTokers or whatever with mics that they're not that expensive. That just sound like, they have a microphone and not that they're in a cavernous hallway.
Right.
AEW Continental Championship, going the distance with the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita. Now, one of the hardest hitters, somebody known as one of the best wrestlers.
Okay. I see it moving and swaying just a little bit, so
I don't think he has a tripod. I think it usually is someone holding it.
Yeah.
We've seen the person. Well, we've seen some, like, I remember one time where they tried to hit like end and they hit the flip button and it flipped out. And then there's been points where you've seen like a finger or a hand come across with it. Yeah, just get a tripod with one of those, what do they call them? Like the Ring cameras where you put the phone in, it's got the light around it.
Right.
The Ring light.
Yeah.
Get one of those and a microphone. There's gotta be a set on Amazon for $50.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there is. I'm back, by the way.
He's nice. Yeah, there's a little play with how I had to hit play and pause, but it worked. So good to know we can. We're learning what we can do. No, that's just a microphone and a ring light would just make all the difference with these, so they just wouldn't seem cheap. And it's not like it's being an everyman doing it this way, because those things are super cheap. Tons of people have them.
I have one and I don't use it.
Right, like
I have a ring light came with my microphone. So,
okay, yeah,
I have one. But
that's what I was thinking. Like, they probably come in sets on Amazon just like that. Yeah,
so
it would take no time, but whatever.
Isn't it great? Awful, don't you love living in the woods when it's like the bathroom's too far away? I'm just gonna pee in the woods real quick.
Yeah, I don't really experience that where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I live by myself. When Max is at his mom's, I do whatever I want.
Okay.
On this part.
I live like next to the elm tree.
I live like in a city. That's great. That's the dynamic of this.
No, my bathroom's all the way on the other side of the house. I'm just gonna go out the front door. It'll be fine.
Nobody gonna say nothing.
Ain't nobody say nothing.
They're gonna see my wanger. It'll be fine. Who cares?
Till that lonely car comes running down the street.
Wrestlers out of Australia, the very dangerous Mark Davis. He wants payback against Mox. Mox got involved in Mark Davis's tag team championship match, and Mark Davis's.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like the pictures would really break up this monotonous conversation, this one shot that we're just never going to get out of. I mean, I'd rather start seeing the ceiling at this point. I kind of want to look at the carpet, see what the hell's going on there.
Even if it was just like held up pictures or something, like why are we supposed to care about Mark Davis all of a sudden? The only reason we're supposed to care about Mark Davis is because you brought him back to TV because you thought he was going to team with Jake something, and then Jake something got injured. So now you have to do something with him. So it's so stupid. I hate Tony Khan.
Got to have the pop-up closed captionings.
Partner and stablemate in the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, and his partners in the Don Callis family in the Continental Classic have all run up against Jon Moxley. I know I want to see.
He really does sound like that thing from, was it Tiny Toons or Animaniacs, where the guy was like, and then we went to the park, and then we flushed, like that. Remember what I'm talking about?
I think it was Animaniacs.
Was it Animaniacs where it was just a little kid who would just constantly tell the stories where, that's what he sounds like to me. And then Mark Davis came in the ring, and then Jon Moxley got angry, and then Takeshita came out. Like that's all these are.
Yeah, he's like a 7-year-old telling you about a movie. Yeah.
It's like the Wrestling Observer
tonight. I'm really
what?
It's like the Wrestling Observer.
Yeah,
that's it in writing. That's the written version of it. Yeah, just run on sentences for days.
really excited about the Continental title eliminator, Jon Moxley versus Mark Davis tonight. So that's huge stakes, huge matches, and more to be announced. We've been hit hard. A lot of the wrestlers I want to use additionally to that are not here due to illness.
You know what? Go fuck yourself, Tony. You're not.
Wow, he gave up on the segment.
I am not delaying my segment one more week for that bullshit. If you was, I'm sorry, Tony Khan, you're out of here. Maybe
get out of here.
Give me
Tony,
something next
Dave,
week.
Shut up.
Do better,
and he will.
I'm sure he will. But this one, man, woof! I couldn't deal with it. Do we have any more? Yeah, we have a few more super chats here. Let's see what we got. I did read Regina's. No, I did. Yes, I did because Robinson. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Hey, Regina Sharp for $5. Hey, I'm Tony Khan, and I approve this beverage. See, IWC, I actually drink things.
But he never actually takes a drink. He just had it in the glass this time.
Right.
He's getting closer to being a normal human, I guess. Every day he gets closer.
Thank you very much, Regina Sharp. Andre Adams for $4.99. Notice how Tony never gives hard numbers. Everything is just in general. Yeah, exactly. Everything is great. And you know what? I'll just pull this up now because we're not really going to have time for it later. So Dave Meltzer decided to, after NXT last week, he posted a big thing about when NXT ratings come out tonight. If the ratings for NXT and CW are identical, that means that they are including markets Eastern and Central that are blah 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 blah, giving every excuse as to why the NXT rating being low is indicative of what people actually think about NXT, right? Giving every excuse as to why. And then when the Collision rating came out, which, did anybody see the Collision rating?
No, but I'm not. Oh, God.
Fast Nationals for the Collision rating were 209.
Guess that Grand Slam didn't keep the audience.
209. And so when that happened, Dave goes, let's look at what Dave said. Everyone knows where these numbers come from, but certain people make sure Fast Nationals got out immediately since AEW is going to have a bad number in Social Chamber. And they will. Everyone knows history of ratings, knew that. What they kept from you is that a week ago, Saturday Fast Nationals for Collision were 314K, and final numbers were 470K. So it's like he's telling you why the NXT numbers aren't real, but then he has or are real. Sorry. Yeah, he's telling you why the NXT numbers are real, but then he has to tell you why the Collision ratings aren't real. And do you want to see why he had to say that?
Let's see it.
Because Impact averaged 233,000 viewers on Thursday.
That was what I was just about to say. I'm like, isn't Impact getting over 200? But Dave hates NXT so much, and then the shot.
Oh, and he hates TNA more than NXT, more than WWE. Go back 20 years. He hates TNA.
Yeah, it's just been a dormant hate for a while. He hasn't needed to hate them for a while. Yeah,
right.
And like the shot at Alfred about the Fast Nationals too. That was funny.
Right.
Oh man, that was great. This is. I mean, we knew it was going to be Collision sooner than later, and it was much sooner than I thought it would. And then now it's, I mean, what was the last Dynamite that was like 409? Like, that's not that.
Yeah.
Man, they're getting closer.
I got to say, that's 3 check marks for your boy over here, by the way. Because in my predictions, I said, and I even said, it might be because of a WWE pay-per-view or something, but TNA Impact is going to beat Collision this year, and it already has. And I also said that WrestleMania would be shown on ESPN, and it's being shown on ESPN. And I also said that it was going to be a joke, whatever came out of the box, and I was right there. So that's 3 check marks for your boy. You can mark that down, because I've learned that if I don't give myself credit, no one will.
Right? No, you've got to. Yeah, you got to give yourself the Barry Horowitz.
If I learned anything from Phil Marks, it's that if you don't give yourself credit, no one will give you credit. So
no, yeah, but they'll remember the shit you said that was wrong. Oh, for sure. People will call you.
Yeah. They'll all remember that. But yeah,
yeah. I like it. Give yourself the Barry Horowitz.
I just wanted to give that little taste there. Last Call podcast with Chris Connor for $5. New drinking game. Every time Tony flubs his promo, you take a shot. Every time he says great, you take a hit from a bong. What could go wrong? Lots.
My liver.
Yeah, lots. Thank you very much, Chris. Regina Sharp for $10, 1 of 2. Okay, I'm gonna vetch about Tony and his darn sartorial choices.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I here's the thing.
You're reading this like it's the fucking Rosetta Stone.
I'm afraid because I'm afraid that it's a word and not a typo, and then I'm gonna sound really dumb if I say it wrong, because Awful will call me out every time I say a word wrong.
What?
He's just waiting for it too. He's like, yeah,
exactly. He's waiting for it. So I apologize if I'm really. I try to be very careful when I read these, because if I mess up a word, Awful's gonna call me out on it. Because
he's waiting for it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think you're deflecting right now, but go on.
Yeah. He's reading ahead. He's like a kid in class figuring out what paragraph he has to read.
Yep.
Because someone this bragging rich should have a tailored suit. A thinner tie should be all the way covering that damn collar. And F it. Now, is that F it or fit? We'll find out soon, I'm sure.
I think fit.
No, it's F it. And F it. Throw in a manicure, because he's sure as blazes doesn't work with those hands. That's true. Honestly, though, if you are going to be on television, present yourself like you're going to be on television. If you're going to put yourself on the internet, present yourself well. Don't go on the internet looking like that.
How he's not in tailored suits all the time is just ridiculous. Like, you can afford it. Why wouldn't you? Like, like present yourself to look the best that you possibly can. Like, dress for the job you want. You want to be Vince. Vince had tailored suits. Come on.
I like how we get super chats about our other super chats. So Andre Adams for $1.99 and fires Barber too. It's like, and another thing. And then actually, speaking of and another thing, Regina Sharp, $5. Oh yeah, and smaller glasses. But since, as Lucy said, those are meta glasses, unlikely. I don't think they make small ones. You think those are meta glasses?
Ooh, that's a great observation.
Oh, he shot those things. Yeah, I would see that. You would think he would have. I mean, he probably has the sunglasses too, and the regular glasses.
What a douchebag!
Seriously, he's got Dynamite playing in one lens, and is perusing 4chan in the other.
Not even Dynamite. It's like old and New Japan. What he thinks he's presenting now.
Right.
We got CM for $5. A 5 spot for you, Dis, for doing the thing WBD won't do, taking Tony off of our screens. Nice. You're welcome, CM. And Regina for another 5. Sorry, I was typing sartorially offended. Gotcha. Okay. I appreciate that. Regina, it's really nothing about you. I am just constantly on edge because Awful will there's nothing he loves more in this world. I wish someone in this world loved you as much as Awful loves correcting me. Okay?
I don't love doing it. I just try to make fun of it as much as I can.
So thank
That's what
you.
I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Regina Sharp. Hey, guess what? We got time. You guys are gonna sit here because we're doing it. We are doing it. I swear we're doing it.
Oh shit. Clock's on. Oh god. Oh fuck.
It's happening tonight. But actually I shouldn't have pulled that up yet because
I was gonna say I was a little early. Yeah.
you.
It jumped the gun.
we have to look at
I think I feel we should have the topic before the clock starts, right? Yeah.
All right, so 3, 4, 5. So the deal is we have three topics. We talk about them for 5 minutes apiece. When the 5 minutes are up, the last person talking gets to finish their thought, and then it is done. This is what we do at the end. This is what I plan on doing at the end of the show to kind of get in topics that we might not talk about. Otherwise, if we run out of things to say, if everyone's just done, then I will obviously end before the 5 minutes are up. So the first topic that I have chosen here is that a former NXT talent has reportedly been under contract with AEW for longer than many realized. According to Fightful Select, Ashante the Adonis, now competing as that thing, Tahute Miles. I got that right.
Tahute Miles, yes.
Tahuti? Is it Tahuti or Tahuti?
I'm gonna call him Tahiti. I'm telling you that right now.
Tahuti? It's Tahuti. Signed with AEW during the first week of September.
Oh, for God's sake.
And has been under contract for 6 months.
Okay.
Miles made his in-ring debut for the company during Sunday's Ring of Honor television tapings. That's our second topic, by the way. In Jacksonville, Florida. The report notes that although he signed shortly after his WWE deal expired, the first appearance did not come until now. It remains unclear why his debut was delayed or why he did not work independent dates in the interim. I'll go ahead and start on this one because it is my thing. So I'm going to add this and we are going. So the thing I find most interesting about this is that I was sure Ashante wasn't going to sign because I believe isn't his wife Big Swole or is it Hogan?
I thought Cedric Alexander's wife was Big Swole.
Oh, is it Cedric? Is that the one?
Fairly
Okay.
certain. I'm
Okay.
fairly certain.
So Ashante had no reason. So he did sign. Yeah, that's probably why Cedric went to TNA.
Yeah.
So AEW just kept him on the shelf since September and didn't use him. And then when they did, they used him in ROH at a studio taping for their first studio show. I don't know. Ashante to me seems like a guy who could have gotten over in TNA.
I mean, you would think, was he injured? That was the first thing I would think if he didn't work independent dates. Like, was he also injured? Like, I don't know anything about his career outside of WWE. And I'm right, it is Cedric Alexander who's married to Big Swole.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, there are two guys that got released on the exact same day.
Right,
so
and they were both like in groups that were used kind of. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah. But I don't.
It's not because they're black. Stop accusing me of being Kevin Nash. That's not why I mixed it up.
Wow.
Wow. Awful. You're offering no help. Just wow.
So I have a question. So I guess my question is though, is that you look at like Royce Keys, like the report right now, which I still don't believe. I think the WWE has something in mind for Royce Keys, but the report is that they signed him without having any idea what they're going to do with him. But they put him on podcasts and stuff like that. Do you think the better move is just to sign somebody and leave them off TV and in the ether for 6 months? Like, what was I can't think of the point of that, especially when it's Ashante the Adonis.
If you're doing something like that, you should have a shitload of vignettes. Like, if you're going to be put on the shelf for 6 months, and see again, this is where I talk about how some of these talents need to really start speaking up, man. Come up with an idea so that they can use you sooner. Don't just sit back. Now, I don't know if he was just sitting back, but it sounds to me like if you're not doing any or AEW is not using you, has not used you for 6 months, you mean by fucking month 2, you're not on the phone with somebody trying to figure out like what's going on.
Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he was just like, I am not answering until someone picks it up. Like, I'm taking this 6 months the fuck off.
See,
like I am chilling until someone calls me up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Regina is right. I think Tony signed him and forgot him.
Yeah. And for a wrestler to get some time off and heal your body up, like it's not the worst thing. Like I'm getting paid. I don't have to show up. Like I'm not gonna force my way in.
I mean, to be fair, Ashante, the last time Ashante was used before he got released from WWE was like June. So it's not like he needed time to heal up or anything like that. But I don't know. It seems like, okay, do you think it was the right move for Ashante the Adonis? Anyone, I'll let anyone. It's 3 for 5. It's free for all.
I mean, it was a paycheck, so I mean, if he's getting a good paycheck, good for him. I guess he wasn't going to be used in WWE,
right?
I mean, he probably could have gotten himself over in TNA, but like maybe he's real about himself. Maybe he understands like I've got only so much of a ceiling. Let me get the biggest paycheck I can while I can. He probably knew Tony wasn't going to use him well anyway. Like it's not like he was going to get pushed into beat Will Ospreay or something. So fuck it.
To me, my thought, if I'm Ashante the Adonis, I go, you know what? I could actually get over in TNA. Because he was charismatic. When they debuted, a lot of people were talking about Swerve like he was a star, but I didn't see him that much different than Ashante the Adonis. Like they kind of seemed around the same level, So the idea that he could get over in TNA and then get his job back in WWE eventually isn't out of the realm of possibility. Running to AEW and not being used for 6 months just seems like it seems like he doesn't really care.
That's what I get from it. Yeah, he was happy to have the time to hang out at home. Which I mean, I can't blame him. Like shit, I don't know.
Like, yeah, it just seems like he doesn't really care about professional wrestling. I mean, but you know what? I hate to do that because I think then we are feeding into what Tony Khan wants us to think about people who aren't on TV. He wants us to think that they don't have the passion or the desire to do this, and it kind of feeds into it. So, Awful, you have any last words? I'll give you the last little thing here if you want.
4, 3, 2,
okay,
1. Yep, nothing to say.
There you go. Okay, see, that's what I meant. That's not a topic that would have
hits his time.
That's not a topic that would have done well as a full topic, but it works perfectly.
No, I like this. I like the idea of it getting
for this situation.
Clean house, yeah.
So speaking of the ROH thing, and this is my biggest issue, is that I should have done this first, and I apologize. That is my fault. ROH debuted in their new beautiful studios.
Garage.
There it is, boys. The ROH Stadium.
I mean, it does just.
No, wait. We have 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes.
Oh, my bad.
We have 5 minutes to talk about it.
Right. I was gonna put it over in a sense. I was gonna be nice.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, they debuted in this new studio. There's been talks about how I have to do the introduction. There's been talks about how they're ripping. I saw a story about they're ripping off NWA. I saw a story about how they're ripping off NXT. I've seen people talk about how low rent it is, but I want to get to the meat and potatoes. I want to hear what you guys think. So we're going to pull this down. We're going to bring up the 5-minute counter, and I'm going to give Jake the first word. Go ahead, Jake. As soon as I get back to the beginning. Yeah. There we go.
It looked as good as it could for what it is. They're setting up to, obviously it's trying to be similar to NXT and the Performance Center stuff. Is there a Performance Center or something like that attached to it? God, I hope there is, and I hope people can get more work done in something like that because that company needs that more than anything. But I mean, it's definitely low rent and but it's not supposed to be anything major. It's studio wrestling. That's fine. That's better than them trying to be making the Dynamite taping 6 hours because they got to do a 3-hour taping of ROH. Who the hell wants to go see that?
Very true point, but counterpoint awful. Go.
Yeah, there you go.
I like how ROH continues to fall on their ass. And after so many years, now they finally do the thing that they should have been doing since the beginning. Small venue. What did I always used to say this? Like, there needs to be that barnyard aspect.
Yep.
It needs to come back. Like, you need a training center.
I believe you used the word bingo hall at one point. That they should just be in a bingo hall. Again.
Bingo hall or something there all
truck
the time
stop
where they do not have to move the ring. It's there. Tony's a billionaire, so he has the ability to do this. I have no problem with the look or style of it. See, that's the thing. A child of the '80s. I've seen this shit done before. So it when I look at the old NWA, when I see ROH, I mean, not bad, but it's all about perception. And a lot of people's egos are going to be bruised as far as like ROH talent going into that little ass studio. But again, should have been used to this from the beginning. Should have been doing this from the beginning.
No, that's the thing, right? Is that I'm not going to give them a ton of credit for doing the thing that we've been telling them they should be doing for the past 3 years now. Like, this was what they should have been doing from the very start. I posted that clip of that guy who came out and he was doing like the Fandango dance and everything. I posted that clip on my Twitter page, and it looked ridiculous, but it only looked ridiculous because he was doing it in front of an empty arena. If he was doing it in front of 150 people in a bingo hall, fine. That's exactly where that stuff is supposed to be. And this seems like him admitting as to what ROH is. Like, you look at WWE, they're running Stand and Deliver in St. Louis, but they aren't running it in the same arena that they run shows. They ran Backlash in. They're running it at the Factory, which holds a fifth the amount of people because they know what NXT is.
Right,
and if this is
like the hockey arena,
right. If this is a sign that AEW is starting to understand what they are, then great. That's actually a great thing. That's why I didn't go online and post negatively about it, because like, this could be something that actually helps the performers and the workers in the company. This could be one of those things that he's, I guess, learned. Although it's something that it's so weird because to guys like me and you and Awful and all of us, we look at this and this is so obvious to us. But for some reason, Tony Khan thought I could buy Ring of Honor and just put it in the same arena as AEW and it would be fine.
Yeah. And like you said, if there's any bruised egos, like, and you also said too, are their egos more bruised than when they're in front of an empty arena because they're taping these things. I think it's on the West Coast. They tape them after shows, like, because Dynamite goes live at like 5 or 6. So then they tape it afterwards. Or if it's on the East Coast, so the show starts at 8, they open it up at like 5 and they tape it before it. No one's going. Like, you got to be the diehardiest of the diehard to want to watch that much of a show live and what they're putting on for Ring of Honor that no one's watching because it's not on YouTube. It's on Honor Club. I forget what podcast I was listening to recently. Like, oh yeah, Ring of Honor, it's on YouTube. I'm like, no, but it's not, and it should be. It should be easily and accessible and free. So get eyes on it. It shouldn't be about making money because it's not going to make any money.
Swing Base said that he can't believe that people are viewing this as positive because ROH was a goated brand by the IWC, and now it's a zombie fed. But the thing is that, it's a zombie fed. Now it's not Ring of Honor. This is not Ring of Honor.
This is ROH.
This is ROH. This is whatever Tony has created. And in terms of what Tony has created, this is the best move.
Right. It's like Sports Illustrated is now no longer Sports Illustrated. It's SI now, and it's a different breed. It's something else. It's changed. And so is Ring of Honor. It's ROH. And it's what you're getting under Tony. It is what it is.
It's not even really their developmental company.
It should be, but
but it's the company to send people that he doesn't know what to do with.
Oh,
but he's
my
not
friends, it will be. It will be.
I hope so.
And that is 5 minutes. This is turning out pretty. I like this.
I saw someone would have come. 626 would have come, and he's like, "I like this segment." So
I like it because it keeps us on our toes. It keeps us going, and we do have one more topic. And Awful, I have a feeling you're gonna really like talking about this topic.
Yeah, nice.
Shapiro spoke Monday. He was asked about the relationship with ESPN following their PLE shift last September. He said it definitely impacts. Oh, so this is basically that he does not appreciate Mark Shapiro from WWE thinks that the price tag and the difficulty of getting on ESPN Unlimited is prohibitive to having people actually watch the pay-per-views. This is WWE shooting shots at ESPN. And as we saw, ESPN shot shots at WWE because they were talking about how they don't like the fact that they blacked out markets, Chicago, which is standard practice for WWE. It's been that way since the 90s. If the pay-per-view was in your town, the bars did not show the pay-per-view. That's the way it's always been. But ESPN doesn't like it. And I'm guessing that when we started hearing that story, now we know where it was leaked from. It was probably leaked from ESPN saying that, letting the world know that they were blacking out in Chicago, because everyone else in wrestling was kind of like, yeah, this is what they do every time they go there. So it appears as if the ESPN WWE relationship isn't going well. Awful, you are the man on this kind of stuff.
Am I?
So I mean, the more serious business aspect. You're writing a book, for crying out loud. So I'm gonna let you go on this. What do you think about the relationship between WWE and ESPN? Go.
It looks to be. I mean, if they're doing moves like this, they're obviously sniping at each other. The honeymoon is clearly over with ESPN and WWE. They're just gonna have to find some definite way to work together. You see, I'm doing this word salad right now because I wasn't able to read the whole goddamn article that you presented me.
Okay. I'll pause it. We'll do it. Well, it's okay. 4:36. We'll pause it. You're right.
I'd be more than happy to read it.
Let's bring it up here. Let's go back. You're right. That's my fault. I thought we just kind of knew about it. So I'll let you go over it here. When talking about, because the live thing's covering part of it, but he said it definitely impacts us, and noted they were asked all the same questions about accessibility when WWE moved to Peacock years ago. Moving to Peacock was a total success. We play the long game with WWE, and we're doing the same with ESPN. He then put over the ESPN Unlimited platform, calling it a phenomenal package if you're a sports fan, and added that things will immediately get better for WWE when Comcast, YouTube, and Dish all allow the subscribers to authenticate and get the service for free. Comcast actually launched that capability last weekend, while it might be until the fall for YouTube. That is the $29.99 monthly cost without authentication, I believe, is somewhat prohibitive, especially in today's economy. And the struggles that certainly middle income and low income earners are having with affordability. They have to get those deals done. Unless they do, that will affect our audience, he said, adding that they're excited about everything. So, it seems like WWE's idea was, hey, we can have high ticket prices because we're offering the pay-per-views at home so easily. And this is now. So anyway, I'll back it up here a little bit and you go ahead.
You have to be there. They're trying to do arena shows at a premium, of course, and that's how it should be. Now, as far as the relationship between WWE and ESPN, I mean, what is their deal for? How long? It's like 5 years, isn't it?
4, I believe. 4 or 5. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 4 with an option for a 5th. I think.
Right. Yeah, they're going to honor all of what the contract says. It's growing pains. These guys have not really done business together. As far as getting into this endeavor of PLEs and apps and all that shit. So, and of course WWE has their own system of doing things. ESPN has their own system of doing things. So there's going to be growing pains. How it turns out in the next year, we're going to find out. One of the things that ESPN has done is obviously putting the WrestleMania, the first hour, was it?
Yeah, first hour of both nights.
First hour of both nights. I mean, now that the real test happens, will a move like that help ESPN in the long run? Will obviously help their bottom dollar? I think it will. But if they're going to black out the damn thing at certain cities and all that,
to me,
I'd be a little mad.
To me, this actually feels like it's WWE coming from a position of strength. Like, you don't see AEW going like, WBD, we weren't very happy with the fact that they didn't let us have the Briscoes on TV and they made us fire Trey Miguel. They're just like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for allowing us to have you on air. WWE is willing to speak up against their partners. That's a position of strength. Okay. And I think that's something that people are ignoring. And people are kind of like, I see a lot of like the quote unquote sickos celebrating that WWE and ESPN are fighting each other. But to me, this is a sign of how well WWE is doing right now, that they think that they're in a position where they can criticize their partners.
Okay, I understand that. Again, it might be an early negotiation tactic, like put this on the record, for later on, later on down the road. Companies are known to do that, give underhanded remarks, snide comments, based on the data at the moment, the news at the moment, the atmosphere at the moment, and then you come to find out 6-7 months from now, they work like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Do I think that's going to happen? Only time will tell, because you know what? The whole relationship is still new. One thing, again, just like me and Jake talked about on This Is Awful. Or excuse me, when Jake came on. I'm going to start listening more and deferring to people who know better. As far as something like this, maybe a year ago I'd have been like, this thing ain't gonna work. But nah, who knows? I think it could work. It may not work. Growing pains.
Yeah, I think that big problem too is that it's not. It's like if you're paying for cable or paying for TV of some level, that you're not getting it included with it. Like, because how many people will pay for YouTube TV, especially in the wrestling fan sphere? And then the problem is I think ESPN kind of banked on more people being wrestling and sports fans. And while there is some crossover, I think there's more wrestling fans that don't really care about many other sports as they do for wrestling. And so ESPN really isn't that big of a deal for them, like to pay for $30 a month for it. And that's
absolutely, yeah. No, I think WWE would have fit much better on Disney Plus or Hulu.
Yeah,
ESPN.
Right. But they want to be sports based. And I think it's also too, it's a tough time because there's the lull in PLEs right now. You know what I mean? There had Survivor Series and then Royal Rumble, and now we've eliminated. And then once there's WrestleMania, and then you have Backlash, and you have a few more in the summer. Once you kind of get rolling into it, maybe it won't feel as bad because there's more PLEs coming out there. But there's this lull period right now where people haven't had to use for it and they've had to pay for it. So
I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. I'm going to give a listener the last word on here. Maybe you don't know, but Mark Shapiro used to be one of the top execs at ESPN. He knows all the players. This to me seems like him saying, guys, get your shit together.
Yeah. That's
right. Like he's like you, because ESPN, like, say what you want when, and I guess I have the last word. Say what you want, but when WWE moved to ESPN, we were under the assumption that if you had a YouTube, a YouTube subscription or a cable subscription, that you would be able to get it automatically. And then ESPN did the thing where they said, we want you on earlier. They did WrestlePalooza. And then it ended up to a point where there are lots of people who have ESPN that can't watch it. And I think that's probably frustrating WWE the same way it's frustrating to all of us who have ESPN and can't watch it on our TVs. So, like I said, in my opinion, and because of 345, I get to say this and no one can respond. But but I really do think that this is WWE from a position of strength, and they're able to actually complain about their partners. And I think that, to me, that's the main takeaway, where a lot of wrestling companies will not be able to complain about their partners, but WWE can, because they can always find another partner. And that's the difference between WWE and every other wrestling company in the world. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. So okay, well, we are almost here. I got to oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna hide there. I can hit that button. So we have a couple more super chats to get to. Regina Sharp for $5. If you look closely, his left side glasses are slightly wider. Interesting. Okay, that's probably how you could tell that it was a what are they called? The meta glasses. That's probably all about that. So
you suppose he's reading the card from those meta glasses?
Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Having it like fed to him.
No way. There's no way. There's 0% chance. There's no way that he would set it up to where he could see the script in his glasses, but he can't get a fucking microphone. 0% chance.
That's where all of his bread went to.
All his bread. Oh god.
Regina for another $5. That audience reminds me of the Popeye and Pal show. Wait, was that local? Bozo the Clown, Howdy Doody, Kramer's show, and the UHF. Hey, what did you guys have a local clown show?
Did.
Or what'd you have?
Bozo the Clown.
You had your own Bozo?
Yeah.
We had Wallace and Ladmo. It was a duo. It was Arizona Phoenix locals.
Yeah, we were in. I'm in St. Louis, so we couldn't do the Chicago thing. So like we didn't have a bozo because Chicago originated bozo, and we hate Chicago, so we couldn't do that. We had I can't remember what it was, Captain something.
Captain Kangaroo.
Captain something.
No, not Captain Kangaroo. It was like
I like it as Captain something. That's what hey kids,
Captain
it's Captain
Kangaroo in
something.
Philly, yes, indeed.
because it was a little before my time, so I only heard stories about it. I never actually got to.
Yeah, I was at like the tail end of Wallace and Ladmo. Like by the time I was like a kid, we were paying attention, just like trying to be reruns because they were like
well,
in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, like we had like the main thing that I remember locally was like Larry Rice, who was like a big Christian guy, and he would come on and read before David and Goliath came on. Remember Davey and Goliath? That show?
Hell no.
You don't remember Davey and Goliath? Davey and Goliath was like a claymation show with a the dog would talk and he'd be like, I don't know, Davey. Like
I was gonna say hello, Davey. Is that
Yeah.
that? Like I know of it. I
they talk about it on like Robot Chicken and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I know more of it
there's your
from those
reference
things.
point. There you go. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but like we had Larry Rice who would talk about that stuff. But in terms of like local kid shows, yeah, it was a little bit before my time. But I did have plenty of. See, we had the naughty local access shows, right? Like we had something called Worldwide Magazine.
Okay.
So at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna say Central Time. I'm so used to adjusting my time when I'm on this podcast. But at 9 o'clock, we had wrestling, and it was South Broadway Athletic Club wrestling, and you got to see Big Daddy and all the crappy wrestlers that were never going to make it, and that was on at 9 o'clock. But then at 10 o'clock came Worldwide Magazine, and it was Pete Parisi, and he would go to fetish clubs and just like videotape women whipping guys for like an hour.
Really?
Or he would do that, or he would like interview strippers, or he would like he was kind of like
Public
the guy.
access TV, baby.
Yeah, it was totally public access, but it was on right after wrestling, so of course I saw it. And that's really
It was local La Femme Nikita.
yeah, well, kind of, except like they had a black guy they called Black Jesus, and he had no teeth. And he would go into a white neighborhood and like cause trouble, and they'd videotape it. Like it was very
that's why he had no teeth. Got it.
Yeah, it was very St. Louis. They used the word Hoosier derogatory. I don't know anyone who's from St. Louis understands that Hoosier, where you hear it as a term from people from Indiana, you think that it's just like nice, but yeah, in St. Louis, the term Hoosier was basically the N-word. For a while. It's very weird. Very weird.
Why can't it be the C word or the K word?
No, because it was definitely the context that it was used was definitely in that sense.
Look at those two Hoosiers in the Escalade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was basically the word for white trash. I found out later.
But if he said Hoosier, it was okay. It was the hard word.
Well, I found out later that it was because apparently I guess they moved a motor like a Ford plant from Indianapolis to Missouri, and a bunch of people from Indiana moved to Missouri to work there, but like a bunch of people in Missouri didn't get jobs because of that. So it was like, oh, these Hoosiers taking up our, and it just became a word for like white trash. So I don't know, but yeah, I have a lot of fun memories about public access when I was a kid, and becoming a man because of it.
That took a turn.
Well, like I said, they went to fetish clubs. They showed boobies. Like, what? Of course, I'm gonna become. It's gonna be something. Did you guys have any of that weird public access stuff? Anybody? No,
Not that I can remember. I mean, I know it was there, but I don't really remember anything like that. Was entertaining?
I had a public access show. I had a full show that was. I was on for 3 weeks, a public access show before they kicked us off because I made a figure of Kevin Nash have anal sex with a figure of Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
just
That's what
I mean, I
was 20.
What?
Give me a break. I was 20. I went back when I was doing it. So it was the wrestling talk show. We were doing a show for the local wrestling company. It was supposed to be on after their wrestling show, and it was going to be like a talk show where they were interviewed their wrestlers, but we had to have like skits and stuff in it. So we would do things like we ran out, we like interviewed people about wrestlers, or I would make skit like little dumb robot chicken stuff with wrestlers. And one time I recreated I was like 20, 21 years old, and I recreated the finger poke of doom, and I had, but then it ended up being what they had made love to each other. And I went.
I mean, I kind of you said recreate. And I'm like, yeah, that's where that's going, isn't it?
Yeah. So then,
where else would it go?
I remember I went back. This is when I realized I shouldn't be doing this. I went back to I was
saying this on a podcast.
Yeah.
I was in marching band in high school, and I went back to a marching band thing. And like I was just watching, the band, and my marching band teacher was there, and he saw me, and he pulls me aside, and he goes, "I think I saw you on TV."
Oh no!
And I go, "Oh, you did?" And he goes, "Yeah, I saw you taking two figures and butt fucking each other."
Oh my God!
And I go, "Oh yeah, that was me." And he goes, he's like, I can't say I look at you the same anymore, Mr. Phelps. And oh shit.
Do that.
Oh well. And I was just like, okay. But that made me realize that I need
This just became Kevin Nash just burying himself.
No, it didn't. I just doxed myself. I didn't do anything else.
I was just still talking about the story in general. That just was the icing on the cake.
No, because it involved Kevin Nash. But yeah, he told me that I had to. I disappointed him, and when I heard that I disappointed him, I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do this anymore. But then we got a thing from
then he whispered in your ear like, I can be undisappointed too.
No, we got a thing from the public access network that said, yeah, we don't want you doing this. We don't want you on anymore.
Cease and desist from public access. Nobody gets that's all. I mean, that's always should be a point of pride. Like,
well, they told us we could do anything.
Want your money.
That's my point of public access.
They said you could do anything. That's what they said.
Can't do that.
Do anything.
But you can't do that. Oh,
it's like
you didn't know what the limit was. Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, where's the line? Oh shit, we left it back. Well,
seriously, I remember the guy when we went in. The guy was super excited because we were young, and most of the public access shows at the time were really old. And he's like, "Yeah, man, you can show titties, you can show butts, you can do whatever you want, man." and
apparently not.
And and we were like, cool, we can do that.
Kicked off. Oh,
nope.
God,
did not happen. So
my face hurts from laughing at that. That's great. Just kicked off of public. I mean, a cease and desist from public access. I mean, it's impressive. Honestly, it really is. Oh my God.
All right, Jake, go ahead and plug what you got, buddy.
Yep. Just by the YouTube channel at Alt Jake Takes On. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm there as well, and I try to have some fun. But most of everything, I got a full-time job too, so it's that and my YouTube channel. But George and I go live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern to talk about AEW Dynamite, where we watch the whole show and take notes and give you all the details on every segment. The show we're filling out the shows with more fun stuff that we do because Dynamite's been so bad. There's not much to talk about. But and then every Sunday at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, we have just our regular general Sunday Night Spaces talk show. We talk about pretty much everything else. So come hang out. Subscribe to the channel. We are over 500 subscribers and working our way towards 1,000. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it.
All right, we do actually have one more super chat. Regina Sharp for $5. Aka/heel disc banned from public access. His new XXS comedy album. Also another $5. My weird public access show was Robotech disc. You sound halfway to New York. Free training film. Yeah, St. Louis public access is pretty awesome. I gotta say, St. Louis public access. Okay, Awful. What do you got to plug here?
This Saturday, This Is Awful, brand new fucking episode. We're gonna be talking about what T-Boy Wrestling.
We're talking about T-Boy Wrestling. We're talking about Danhausen. We got a lot.
Danhausen. I'd like to get into a soft ground wrestling clip because they are starting to turn my attitude towards them. If you haven't seen it,
okay,
you should check out soft ground wrestling. Like, they're actually commanding a crowd out there. They've got tents now.
Oh shit!
It's highfalutin now.
And
they've got ring barriers. You know what I mean? They have a rope that separates the crowd from the wrestler.
Okay.
And boys, it used in excess. But yeah, all that and more this Saturday. This is awful. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And, of course, every Tuesday here, well, yeah, for the time being, on Tooney Talk Wrestling.
Well, I did miss this one too. Regina Sharp for $10. I jumped to the one. She super chats too much. I can't. I just miss something.
No such thing.
No way would I said so much. I didn't say too much. There's a difference. No way would Disney have the execs who respected wrestling enough to actually let that programming on their precious streaming service. ESPN, on the other hand, is in the doghouse. You know, that's a good point, I guess. Like, but isn't Disney kind of in the doghouse at this point?
I mean, everything's owned by like 4 people, so it's like between the doghouse and now that'll change. Like, you know, I mean, because Disney owns ESPN. Like, technically, if you put it in that one bundle, you watch ESPN through Disney Plus. You just have to go. You know what I mean? Like, it's all together.
Just to me, it seems like it would do better on.
Right? It's like
Hulu.
Yeah, or if it was like one of the options on Disney Plus was just the WWE logo versus that's what it should be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like it is on Netflix. Or it should have just moved everything to Netflix and just left it all there and made it easy for everybody. But God forbid.
It'll be you know what?
They should have hired you guys.
It'll be what's it called? A cliffhanger.
You want to hear more about this stupid negotiation with ESPN?
Hey, dude,
been for you guys.
Whatever, you stupid negotiation, whatever. They got paid ungodly amounts of money.
Right, I was gonna say, yeah.
But
my idea is going to be like, this is better for the fans. And then I'm that meme where I'm thrown out the window. Everybody looks mean at me.
If you want to hear the answer to this and much more, tune in to Tooney Talk or M4 Empire on Thursday, where they will, I'm sure, address this if you super chat them enough. But thank you very much, Regina Sharp, for your $10. As for me, yeah, just subscribe, like the channel. Make sure you are hanging out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. You can find me on Twitter over at aka_dis_. You can hear me on This Is Awful every Saturday, where I'm going to probably lose generationally to Awful in a debate about Danhausen on Saturday.
It'll be a quick death. Stop.
It'll be a quick. Yeah, it'll be slow. Actually,
a half hour on this one.
I'll tell you what we want to do, because we aren't. No, they're not going to listen to this show. But what I want to do is I want you to take it easy on me, so that we can be like, hey guys, if you want to come debate AEW with Awful, you're more than welcome to. And then they'll come because they'll think you suck at debating, and then you'll destroy them. That's my plan. Because I know you'll be nice to me, but you won't be nice to them. So.
Is that how that works?
That's all.
I guess we're gonna find out, won't we?
You're nicer to me than you are to people who are actually don't like you, right? Like, you know. But yeah, follow me there. Make sure you join if you want an invitation to our Discord. You can email me. I have a new email. I guess I should put that TooneyDis@gmail.com. Very easy. So if you want to email me there, anything you want, I will respond. And that's about it. So
what was that again? This
Tooney.
That way I can put it in my spam folder.
TooneyDis@gmail.com. Very easy, very nice, very evil. I do want to thank AEW Neckbeards, or Wrestling Neckbeards, as you will find him on Twitter these days, for providing some of the clips and stories we have tonight, for hanging out in the chat with us at the beginning of the night. So thank you very much. And I want to thank, of course, everyone in the chat and everyone who super chatted to support this show. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So unless you guys have anything else,
I'm good.
Awful.
Let me see if I can burn some time here. No, I'm joking. I've got nothing. I thought Raw was good last night. Not too bad.
Good man. All right. So And with that, I guess I will say, now get out of here!
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator! Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. Well, you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you! I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah!
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what?
Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooney Town. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.